Hello and welcome, folks, to the Bryan Line Radio Network. My name is Owen Napierowski. I'll be filling in today for the regular play-by-play commentator, Avery Buffington. It is spring break here at Bryan College, so a lot of regular students went home, and I'll be taking over for Avery today. Today's matchup: Union College Bulldogs versus the Bryan College Lions. Union College comes in today's contest 9-11 on the year and 3-5 in conference. The Bryan College Lions are 12-10 on the year with a 5-5 record in conference play. Starting lineups for today's game for the visiting team, Union College Bulldogs. Leading off, number 29, Diego Clariot, playing second base. Batting second, number 23, Colton Stegman, playing center field. Batting third, number 8, Sebastian Flores, playing shortstop. Batting cleanup, number 24, Aaron Barrera, the catcher. Batting fifth, number 17, Logan Romo Santa, playing left field. Batting sixth, number 19, Mason Kelly at first base. Batting seventh, number 18, Luke Pell, playing right field. Batting eighth, the DH, number 35, Nathan McCabe. Batting ninth, number 4, Sammy Serrano, playing third base. And on the mound for the Bulldogs, number 28, Hunter Rosie. And now the starting lineup for your home team, Bryan College Lions. Leading off, playing first base, number 17, Tyler Cullen. Batting second, playing third base, your All-American, number 44, Bryson Lofton. Batting third, playing right field, number 11, Darwin Gregg. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 1, Dante Morton. Batting fifth, starting in center field, number 29, Daniel Dryden. Batting sixth, playing second base, the captain, number 5, Cade Cahoon. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 2, Danny Marquez. Batting eighth behind the plate, number 12, Bradley Prince. Batting ninth in left field, Cade Cook, number 26. And on the mound for your Bryan Lions, number 8, Cameron Harvey, with the first pitch of the game being a fly ball to right field, caught right before the warning track by Darwin Gregg. Joining me on today's broadcast, filling in for his brother, we got six-year senior pitcher from the Bryan Lions, Jacob Buffington. Jacob, how are you doing today?
What's up, Bone? I'm doing pretty good. It's going to be a good day to watch some baseball. Obviously, it's a little bit windy today. But besides that, conditions are pretty fair, I would say. Um, uh, Cam's already gotten ahead here with one out with that fly ball. I kind of want to talk for a second about some keys for Cam Harvey to be successful today. So as we're going to this game, Cam's had a pretty solid year so far. I think until last game he had a 2.6 ERA, so he was doing pretty good dominating lineups as we've been along from the cold season now getting into the spring as we go along here. But some big keys for him, I would say, are having that fastball that it's really, really good at staying up in the zone. He continues to dominate. He's going to be really good at putting that ball up in the zone. We saw already that first flyout. Fastball is up in the zone. That's his main weapon. So he's going to keep attacking like that. And if he stays, getting ahead in counts and going with that fastball up, I think even when it's a windy day like this, he's going to be pretty successful in his game plan. So
I agree with you there, Jacob. Cameron features a pitch mix, a fastball with a lot of arm side run, being a left-handed hitter. As that ball is blooped into left field, coming in is Cade Cook, who makes the running catch. That is 2 outs here in the top of the first. That brings up number 8, Sebastian Flores, the shortstop. But back to what Jacob was saying, Cam features 3 pitches, a fastball with a lot of arm side run that can get up to low 90s even. As well, his breaking ball, which plays as a curveball, and then he has a changeup as well that he mixes in from time to time. But as Jacob was saying, he is a fastball dominant pitcher, and that is the pitch he uses to get guys out.
you
1-0
know,
count here to Flores. That pitch is taken high for a ball.
Cam right here especially, even when he gets behind with that fastball in a 2-0 count, even it's still going to be a very successful weapon. Throwing it right here, you're going to expect a swing, especially in a hitter's friendly count. He's now down 3-0, but comes back in, he's still going to have a good chance with the fastball and be successful. So Definitely, I think this will be an important game for him, especially in a game where we dropped that one a couple days ago, and it kind of hurt a little bit because we had that big run lead for a second. So there you go. There's a strike for Cam. But it's going to be really important for him to keep establishing that fastball. And I think what I was trying to say a second ago is that this game specifically is going to be him establishing himself as Bryan's true ace in that rubber match that we see. And there's that fly out, second base, and there's
Yep.
three.
That ball is popped up by Flores, caught by our second baseman, Cade Cahoon. A 1-2-3 top of the first for Cam Harvey and the Lions. They'll be looking to score here in the bottom of the first. When we come back, Tyler Cullen leading things off for the Bryan Lions. My name's Owen Napiorowski, and you are watching the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Starting things off for the home team, Bryan College Lions, number 17, Tyler Cullen. Now, Buff and I were talking in between innings about key things that the Bryan offense needs to do today in order to be successful. Jacob, what are your keys to the game today for the Bryan Lions offense?
Now, of course, I'm not a hitter per se, but I think something that Bryan does when they're really successful on offense is hitting the fastball early in the count. Something that Coach Day likes to preach a lot is getting that fastball in the first three pitches and trying to do something hard with it, especially get that barrel. Another big thing for us today is it's pretty windy out. You can see that flag fluttering out there in right, and there's a barrel on a fastball in the gap.
And that ball is down. Tyler Cullen rounding
He's
first,
extending.
taking the turn, going to second base, throw in from right, and he is sliding in there safely. Tyler Cullen leads things off with a double.
So there you go. There's the fastball early in the count. We're trying to do something good with it, get those barrels. And then one of the other big keys I have today is get to Darwin and Bobo with guys in scoring position, especially. Like you were saying a second ago, these two have the majority of our home runs in our lineup. So making sure we get them on when you got guys in scoring position is going to be really good, especially when we get those doubles, not necessarily a home run. We're going to make sure we're going to score early and often when those guys get a chance to hit.
Speaking of getting things to Bobo, coming up to bat, Bryson Lofton fouls the first pitch off to the left side. Bryson Lofton hit his 6th and 7th home runs of the year a couple days ago in the doubleheader against Union College. On Thursday, Union and Bryan played a doubleheader here at center field. Bryan Lions took the first game 11-5, and the second game, Union College won 10-6. Now Bryson gets the bat here, 0-2 count, but he gets a bat early on with a runner in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitcher comes set. Bobo hits this ball into right field. Caught by the right fielder. Tyler tags at second base. Throw in from right. Overthrows the third baseman, but the pitcher is there backing up the play. Tyler does not advance. We got one out with the number 3 hitter, Darwin Gregg, coming to the plate. Now, Darwin was the DH Thursday. Today he is in right field.
Yeah, that play a second ago by the pitcher was pretty good, getting behind third base and backing up. It's one of those few skills that you really have to make sure wary of as a pitcher is make sure you back up those bags on bad throws like that one could have been a second ago.
First pitch to Darwin is a curveball taken high for a ball. 1-0 count here to Darwin. Darwin on the year, 7 home runs as well, tied for first place with Bryson Lofton for the team lead as that ball is driven deep left field. Left fielder going back, and that ball is gone. Darwin Gregg, 2-run shot to left field, giving the Lions the early 2-0 lead. His 8th home run of the year.
And there's one of the keys we were just talking about a second ago, Owen, making sure that when Darwin and Bobo get a chance to hit with guys in scoring position, that they're going to be successful in that fastball early and often. They got the majority of the home runs, so we want to make sure they have the bat when they get a chance to guys in scoring position. So there you go.
I agree. The key to the Bryan offense today is the 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the lineup because that is where the majority of home runs are. Now batting, cleanup hitter, the designated hitter for today, Dante Morton, taking a first pitch strike. He is tied for 3rd on the team with 5 home runs of the year. In fact, he is tied with the guy on deck, Daniel Dryden, for 3rd place as he takes strike 2. Quickly down 0-2 in the count.
Yeah, a lot of people don't give Dante enough credit for how much power he's got, but if you watch him in the weight room the last 2 years, he's really put on not only some mass, but he's put some numbers up in the weight room especially that are highly, highly impressive. You wouldn't guess it, but he can actually bench over 265 pounds. So he's a guy that's got a lot of strength that you can see right there. He's got enough power to get balls out of the infield and especially over the fence. So not even surprising that you see his 3rd in home runs for the team.
Great 2-strike hitting there by Dante Morton as he lines a single up the middle, which brings up the center fielder, number 29, Daniel Dryden. Now, Daniel hit his 5th home run of the year, a no-doubt home run to left field. Dryden takes the first pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1 count. Fouls that ball off to down the left field line for a
breaking
2-strike count.
Breaking ball inside right there.
Yeah, it appears Rosie, after giving up the home run, is starting to throw more curveballs. Granted, it's been only 2 hitters since the home run, but maybe a little bit of adjustment in the game plan there after Darwin Gregg's 2-run shot.
He's been going pretty fastball heavy until that last pitch. So
I mean, 3 hits too. And that was a breaking ball fouled off by Dryden to the right side. Still 1-2.
Those breaking balls give runners at first base usually a better chance to get to second just because you got that little extra bit of time to try to advance off the catcher. So be curious if he throws another breaking ball, and Dante might have a chance to go here. Took a step, still threw a breaking ball.
Another breaking ball there fouled off by Daniel Dryden. And as Jacob was saying, Dante is one to pay attention to on the base pass. Everyone on our team knows what kind of speed that he possesses. I believe Dante leads the team in stolen bases, actually. Another 1-2 pitch here to Daniel. Taken downstairs for a ball. Good eye there from Dryden.
Either changeup or a fastball. Either way, it was low in the zone. Tried to probably paint that inside corner. Obviously, you throw that breaking ball a couple times up and out of the zone, then going back inside with the fastball, but it was a good take by Dryden there. Fastball out. Ooh.
And that is called 3rd strike on the outside corner. Dryden didn't agree with that call, but he is rung up on the play. Now with 2 outs, that brings up number 5, Cade Cahoon, the starting second baseman for today.
Yeah, you notice that sequencing there. He went to go breaking ball out, then fastball or changeup inside, then back out with that fastball. So he's trying to make sure he's locating in and outside of the plate. Usually good sequencing there.
That first pitch taken there by a ball for Cade Cahoon. 1-0 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Lions with 3 hits in the inning. Cade's looking to do more damage here. Good block there by the catcher.
Looked like another breaking ball. He spiked back inside like he did over to Bryan a second ago.
Now Cade is up 2-0 in the count. 2 balls, no strikes here.
And we've got Danny Marquez up there, ready to go up next. Another breaking ball in.
On the inside called by the umpire. 3-0 count here to Cade Cahoon.
3-0 counts. Pitchers typically will throw a strike. I don't know what it is, if it's a mental thing, but might go right down the middle here.
Usually a bigger strike zone too. As that pitch is
is.
taken upstairs for a ball.
Great take right there.
4-pitch walk there by Cade. Keeps the inning going here. Now coming up to bat, number 2, Danny Marquez.
And you know, Owen, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, not on the air, but Danny Marquez is my player to watch for today's game. So last game, came off the bench, had a really good barrel out in left field, and I think he's really eager to get back in the field especially. There's a fastball, fouled it back towards us.
Marquez fouls the first pitch off back on top of the hill here.
Danny's really eager to hit that fastball early in the count especially. He's been really known for that, especially in the fall. And when he gets going, it's really hard to get him to stop because he hit those balls really hard, especially fastballs early on. So we'll see here. Fastball out.
That pitch taken outside there by Marquez. Evens up the count 1-1. Quick shout out to Luke Townsend. Already picked up his 3rd foul ball of the day, leading the team so far.
Golden retriever of the day.
That's a big team guy right there. That's what you like to see. 1-1 pitch fouled off to the left side by Daniel. That looked like another curveball there.
So you can see pretty early here his whole plan of attack as a pitcher is fastballs on that outside corner and trying to bury that breaking ball inside to righties. He's got that changeup working inside, and he's going to be a little bit more successful, but so far has not been good about doing that. So I think we're going to try to sound that fastball away and try to drive it. And breaking ball
and that pitch bounces, appears to hit Danny Marquez in the foot. And that will be a hit by pitch. And now the bases are loaded here with 2 outs for the catcher. Number 12, Bradley Prince, as the catcher by Union. I believe that is Barrera, apologies for that. Barrera calls time, goes out to the mound to talk to Hunter real quick.
Yeah, the body language by that pitcher was not very good after that breaking ball hit him in the foot. You can tell they were trying to go in there, but obviously the game plan was not to hit Danny in the back of the foot right there.
Absolutely. Some frustration being shown, but that is a little normal given the circumstances. Everyone out there is competing to do their best. But the Bryan Lions, as Jacob mentioned, they've been doing a good job so far laying off that curveball in the dirt, not chasing, not giving in to Hunter Rosie's game plan. Now, Bradley Prince steps up, bases loaded, looking to do some damage here. First pitch, swinging. That ball driven to right field. It is high, but center fielder sails under it right before the warning track. Bradley Prince just missed Parton Gregg's 2-run home run. They leave the bases loaded here. When we come back, the top of the 2nd inning here on the Bryan Lions Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Top of the second inning here, leading off for the Union College Bulldogs is number 24, Aaron Barrera, starting catcher for today for Union.
Like we talked about, earlier, getting that fastball early in the count is going to be a really big part of his game plan. Cam, if you look at his statistical stuff on his fastball, it shows that his fastball really does play up in the zone. It's not just something he does because he likes his fastball. It's actually because the stats prove his fastball is a good pitch to throw, pretty consistent. He's got what people like to call a rising fastball. Looks like a breaking ball, fly out to center. Good pitch by Cam right there.
Nice play out there in center field by Daniel Dryden to record the first out of the second inning. Now coming to bat for Union, Logan Ramos Santa. I apologize if I'm butchering that name.
So like I was saying a second ago, Cam's got that rising fastball profile. So what happens is when he throws that fastball down the zone, hitters think that it's going to be a little bit lower than it appears, so they'll actually swing under it. And that's why he's so good at getting that fly ball rate up. And even with that win today, like I said earlier, and fastball and missed. Even if with that fastball, with the win today, I think he's going to be just fine getting the flyouts he normally does.
Yes, and we are very thankful to be playing today with the recent weather we have had here in Dayton, Tennessee. But as Buff mentioned, a little chilly day today. The wind appears to be blowing out to the outfield, which is a good thing for the offense, really.
And there's that fastball again, get back even in that 1-1 count.
Cameron comes set. 1-1 pitch here. It's a curveball grounded to short. Fielded on a hop by Danny. Throws across to first base to get the out. Nice play there by Danny Marquez for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, it's good to see Danny over there at short getting that one hop, helping him build up his confidence again. And hopefully as we go along, him having good at-bats, getting hit in that foot, even if obviously it's not what you want to have as a hitter. You want to get barrels, but I think him continuing with that offensive success is really going to propel his confidence out in the field today. So there's another ground ball to Danny.
Slow roller hit here to short. Danny comes in, fields the ball, throws across to first. Nice play again. Back-to-back plays there by the shortstop, Danny Marquez. Cameron Harvey, 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the second. When we come back, bottom of the second inning for the Bryan Lions, they will be looking to add on to their 2-0 lead. Welcome back to the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Leading things off here in the bottom of the second inning, the starting left fielder, Cade Cook, a transfer from Lee University.
You know something about Cade, a lot of people now here know he's got some impressive speed when he gets on the bag. So when he gets on here, be a stolen base threat. There's breaking ball.
First pitch, breaking ball fouled off to the right side, and I agree. Ever since Cade has stepped on campus, he has shown time and time again that he is one of the best athletes on the team. And quick shout out again to Luke Townsend on his 5th foul ball of the day. Having trouble finding this one, but once he gets to the top of the hill, he found it. he is able to find the ball. Veteran approach right there. That ball is
Fastball.
grounded to first base. First baseman fields it himself and steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. Turning lineup over, leading things off, or apologize for that, but the leadoff hitter comes up to the plate here with one out in the bottom of the second. Tyler Cullen, first baseman.
You know, Danny Marquez was my player of the game, but I wanted to ask you, who do you think is your player of the game for the Lions today?
My key player of the game was actually Tyler Cullen. I think it is important for him as the leadoff hitter, the tone setter for the lineup, to get on base, especially for guys like Bryson, for guys like Darwin, for Dante. Those guys have been swinging a very hot bat throughout the year. If Tyler can get on base, that's an additional run, another 2-3 runs scored for the Bryan team. So that is why Tyler Cullen is my pick for key player of the day today.
You see that breaking ball out there? Yeah, we've already seen the first inning a little bit with that, starting off the game with that double. Obviously, we wouldn't have those 2 runs if he wouldn't getting that leadoff double. So I fully agree he can easily be one of the key players of today's game. There's that fastball up.
1-2 count here to Tyler Cullen. And ever since Tyler has stepped into the role of being the everyday leadoff hitter, he has done a fantastic job of getting on base and setting the tone for the offense. 1-2 pitch here. As he drives that ball on a line of center field, another good piece of hitting there by Tyler Cullen. He will take a wide turn at first base, but stop there for a 1-out single.
Wow. Threw that fastball inside there after going fastball up and elevated slightly. So it gave Tyler exactly what he was looking for, which is that fastball lower in the zone, kind of more middle in. I'm kind of surprised there he went with that fastball. I was expecting to go breaking ball in, but I guess noticing that the Bryan hitters are adjusting to that breaking ball, he thought maybe going fastball in would be successful for him, but it was not.
Now batting, Bryson Lofton, as the first pitch is popped up in foul territory over the Union dugout for strike 1. One thing that impresses me the most about Bryson is that he has a uncanny ability to not only hit right-handed pitching very well as a left-handed hitter, but also hit lefties very well. Now, being a left-handed pitcher yourself and having to face him in the fall, what are your thoughts on that?
Facing him in the fall, I think there was a stretch where he hit, I think, 6 home runs in the span of 3 scrimmage games, and it was like every time he came. Not only was he hitting the fastball well, but he was seeing every sort of breaking pitch well, righty or lefty, submarine over the top, didn't matter. He always finds a way. There's a barrel right there. He always finds a way to get some hard contact on every pitch you have.
Another good piece of hitting right there from Bryson. Drives that ball into right for a single. First and second here. 1 out for Darwin Gregg, who is now the team leader in home runs after his last at-bat. In the first inning, Darwin hit a no-doubt home run to left field to give us a 2-0 lead. With 2 runners on here, Darwin has a chance to extend the lead even further. Rosie comes set. First pitch here to Darwin. Taken for a ball outside.
There's that fastball out again.
Good eye there by Darwin.
We got TC over at second. You know, TC's not as fast as Dante necessarily, but he is a stolen base threat as well. And there's
that ball is hit into the gap. Center field chasing it. That ball is hit off the wall.
TC held up at second. Now he's at third. Bubba will stop at second, and TC will also stop at third.
Darwin Gregg drives that ball off the wall in front of the shed in left center field, but because Tyler Cullen tagged up on the play, everyone is only able to advance 1 base.
Here's Dante here. Right here, I'll be expecting he's probably going to go with that same game plan of fastball out, breaking ball in. So I'd be curious to see if he's going to spin a little bit more to try to get himself out of trouble with a ground ball. Potentially get a double play here.
Anytime there's a runner in scoring position, a ball hits off the wall, you would wish you could get at least a run on the play. But having the bases loaded for Dante Morton, never a bad thing at all. As a first pitch breaking ball is in there for strike 1. But Dante is a guy with a lot of power, doesn't swing and miss a lot. With an opportunity to score some runs, I have no problem with Dante hitting right here with the bases loaded.
Yeah, especially early in the game. Looks like it went fastball away, especially early in the game. you're okay with holding up a little bit because you want to just cash in on big runs early, and that's a theme throughout all of baseball. I think you'll see is that most teams will score their runs in the first and second inning, and then have a gap, score again in the fifth and sixth, and possibly in the ninth inning. But hopefully, right here we can cash in and get a couple more.
Dante grounds that ball too short. Shortstop throws it over to second. They get a forced play there, but unable to turn double play with Dante's speed. A run comes in to score on the fielder's choice by Dante. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Daniel Dryden. It is now 3-0 for the Bryan Lions.
Another big power threat here with Daniel Dryden up in first and third. We'll see if we can put up another crooked number. I'll be curious to see if Dryden can get the long ball as well with the wind blowing out.
Absolutely. Dryden already has 1 home run here in the series with hitting a home run in Game 2 of the doubleheader Thursday night. He's looking for his second one of the series right here as he takes that first pitch fastball up for ball 1.
I expect to see a breaking ball try to be tunneled off that high fastball here.
And here's a pitch by Rosie. Taken in there, curveball inside for a ball. Good eye there from Dryden. Now he works himself into a very good 2-0 hitter's count.
There's that breaking ball back inside off the high fastball. Now we expect to see fastball. This is where Daniel's really going to try to be successful in getting ahead of it.
Dangerous count here for Dryden. Curveball skied into left field. Third baseman makes the play on that ball for the third out of the inning. But the Lions do get a run on Dante Morton's fielder's choice. They leave 2 runners on in the bottom of the second inning. When we come back, Cam Harvey will be back out there for the top of the third here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. 7-8-9 due up here for Union College to start things off in the top of the third. First pitch of the inning by Cameron Harvey. Fastball called a ball. 1-0 count to start things off. Batting for Union College, Luke Pell. Luke is the starting right fielder for today for Union. That fastball is in there for a strike. Even things up here. 1-1.
That 1-1 count. See if he can win the most important count in all of baseball.
And that pitch misses outside. Another fastball, I believe, taken by Pell. 2-1 count. Cameron comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Back up on the hill. And Chris Bain now getting in on the foul ball action as he gets his second one of the day. Trying to challenge Luke Townsend, who's currently the leader with 5.
It's always so funny seeing Chris with his bright blonde, long hair, and the all black jerseys really makes his hair pop even more. There's
And
a
that pitch is
fastball
in there for strike 3.
It's a
Tell
great
does not
fastball.
swing at that one. Cameron Harvey records a strikeout on the play for the first out of the 3rd inning.
Sometimes people will ask, well, how come he took that fastball right there pretty much down the middle? Well, it's usually this idea called tunneling where, let's say if I throw a fastball up and out of the zone and I throw a breaking ball, that breaking ball is going to have that bend to it. So I can actually start it in that higher tunnel, and it's going to go off of that high fastball. And so then a hitter will take it expecting to be a ball looking like the fastball and then actually be a called strike. So right there is a great example of tunneling. Think you're going to see breaking ball out, throws that fastball in, hitter has no idea that's coming, and then that's how that take happens. So already 1-1.
Absolutely. 1-1 count here, and as Jacob was saying, even though Cam only throws 3 pitches, he does a very good job of mixing in all 3 of those pitches. As a hitter, you have a tough time knowing what's coming, and even when you know it's coming, even if you're assuming a fastball is coming, with how much movement he has on his arm side, it's still a hard pitch to hit.
Behind a little bit 2-1, but he was also behind the last hitter as well and managed to come back with that foul ball and then that strikeout on the fastball inside. So I'll be curious to see if he goes back to that fastball to try to get that 2-2. There it is.
That ball is hit deep to center field off the bat of McCade. Dryden going back, and that ball is gone. The designated hitter, Nathan McCabe, hits a solo shot out to center field, and it is 3-1. Union gets their first run of the game on that swing.
So there's that wind again playing for you. Obviously, that ball was hit pretty good, but I'm sure with that wind pretty much blowing straight out to right center field, it's going to help get that ball a little, few extra feet on it to let it go over the fence instead of being off the fence.
Hey, got to give him credit. Hitting one out to dead center at center field is a difficult task, and he's able to do it there. That might have been McCabe's second home run of the series, too, I believe. I believe he was the one who hit the 3-run shot down the left field line 2 nights ago. Now, coming up to bat, third baseman Sammy Serrano, as he takes the 0-1 pitch inside for a ball, evens up the count 1-1.
Another thing to note right there as well is that when he hit that home run, it was also a 2-1 count. And I've said it earlier a little bit, but the 1-1 count is there's that breaking ball.
That ball is skied on the infield. Cade calling for it, going back, and makes the catch. That will be the second out of the inning. And now coming up to bat, the leadoff hitter, Diego Claria, the second baseman.
So that 1-1 count's the most important count in baseball. And the reason that is because when you go to a 1-2 count, typically you're actually pitching batting average-wise to a guy hitting less than 250. But when you go 2-1 to a hitter, they're going to hit over 300 at batting average. Basically, we looked at it statistically with our pitchers a couple days ago, and anytime you go to a 2-1 count, you're essentially trying to pitch to Bobo every time he steps into the box. And he has a 1.2 OPS hitting over 300. That's someone I don't want to face consistently by getting behind 2-0 or 2-1. So making sure you win the 1-1 count like we have right here.
Absolutely. There is nothing more important in baseball than the count. 1-1 count is arguably the most important count in baseball to win as well, as Buff was saying. 2-1 count now. Here's a pitch by Cam. Outside, 3-1 to the leadoff hitter from Union. Clariot, 0 for 1 on the day.
Another hitter's count here. I think I'll still go right after him with that fastball. There it is.
That pitch is fouled back to run the count full here, 3-2.
Say just do it again. Cam's bread and butter using that fastball early and often, even in hitters' counts.
That pitch outside, ball 4. That pitch just misses, to the dismay of Cam Harvey, unfortunately. Close pitch, but a ball nonetheless. Now batting, center fielder for Union, Colton Stegman. He is also 0 for 1 on the day. In fact, that home run to center was the first hit Cam has given up in the game. First base runner, first hit, first everything. And that pitch skied in the air to left field, but left fielder coming in on it. Cade calls for it, camps under it, makes the routine catch. Cam Harvey doing a nice job after giving up the home run, limiting damage, inducing soft contact, but Union does get their first run of the game with a solo shot to center field by the DH, Nathan McCabe. That concludes things here in the top of the third. 1 run, 1 hit, and nothing else. 1 runner left on base, too, actually. When we come back, bottom of the third inning, Bryan will be looking to answer back here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Starting things off here in the bottom of the third, the second baseman, Cade Cahoon. In Cade's first plate appearance, he walked on 4 straight pitches. 3-1 score here, 3 runs, and 6 hits so far through 2 innings for the Bryan Lions. Off to a great start, looking to add to it here. Cade takes first pitch, curveball for strike 1. 0-1 pitch here to Cade. Driven into left field. That ball gets down for a base hit.
There's that fastball 0-1.
Another line drive for Cade, who's been doing an excellent job of getting barrels and getting on base here in the last couple of weeks. Cade's single, start things off, now brings up the shortstop, Danny Marquez, who was hit by a pitch, I believe, his first at-bat?
Yes, he was. Back foot curveball. You know, Cade's got some sneaky speed over there at first as well, so also a stolen base threat. And there's that fastball up and out, probably
Yes.
sidestepping there.
Cade is a great athlete. On the last broadcast, we talked about guys who can play a number of positions on the infield and the outfield, and Cade Cahoon is one of them. Starting second baseman today, but he's a guy who can play all over the field as Danny takes the 1-0 curveball for a strike to even things up here, 1-1.
You can see that breaking ball there was probably what he was trying to execute when he did hit Danny on the back foot. That really good breaking ball inside corner as a take. There it is again.
Yep, goes back to the curveball again, and Danny fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strike count here, and after back-to-back curveballs, what do you think he's going to come with here? Do you think he goes back to that pitch, or do you think he comes back with a high fastball?
1-2 here. Well, what we've seen so far with him is that going breaking ball inside has been successful, so I would expect either a fastball elevated to set up the next breaking ball or another
And he
breaking
did
ball.
come back with a curveball, and Danny does a nice job to get a piece of that one and fight it off to stay alive.
So now you've done 3 in a row.
3 curveballs in a row.
I think so far this pitcher's bread and butter is throwing that breaking ball to get success. So I think just because of comfortability, even though the fastball might be successful, I have a hunch he's probably going to want to spin the breaking ball a 4th time if he could. We'll see here.
Another 1-2 pitch here to Marquez.
Fastball away.
Grounded to third baseman. He throws it to second base. They get the out there, turn on the first, and Danny is out. Union rolls the double play here in the bottom of the third.
Went breaking ball in, over and over. Then went fastball out after breaking ball out. And what you see there is just that Chase trying to be over-aggressive. And Danny does a good job when he is aggressive typically, but that one right there was just a good sequence and good location with that fastball to get that rollover double play.
Yep, the 5-4-3 double play leads to 2 outs here for the Lions. Now batting the catcher, Bradley Prince.
Another breaking ball.
Takes that first pitch breaking ball there for a ball. 1-0 count. In Brad's first at-bat, he just missed hitting a grand slam with that. Flew out to right center field, right in front of the warning track. Looking to do damage here with a 2-0 count.
Went 2 breaking balls in a row. This lefty really does love that breaking ball. Might go fastball in. There it is.
Fastball in and taken for a ball by Brad. 3-0 count. And this is just what Brad does. He doesn't chase. He does an excellent job of getting on base. One of the team leaders in walks. Had a very good eye at the plate. Now the 3-0 pitch taken in there for a strike.
Those misses weren't big a second ago either. That fastball in was probably just a little bit either elevated or just too far in to Brad, but
Brad does an excellent job of laying off the 50-50 balls that are on the corners of the zone. As that 3-1 curveball is taken for a strike. Full count here to Bradley Prince Jr. Here's the pitch. And ball 4 lays off the curveball. Another walk for Brad. Another time he's on base.
threw a lot of breaking
Excellent
balls to
approach.
Brad.
An excellent approach. I have been thoroughly impressed this year with how Brad has just been so disciplined at the plate. Now batting for the Bryan Lions, the left fielder, Cade Cook.
You know, Brad this year is having a slightly lower statistical year than he had last year so far. But like you said a second ago, Brad does a really good job of getting on base. And when he does get on base, he has some sneaky speed as well. I've said that about a few guys, but if you look at last year's stats, I think he actually led our team in stolen bases as the other catcher. So pretty interesting statistical anomaly there. And we got Alex replacing him at first.
Yes, coming into courtesy run for the catcher, Bradley Prince, is Alex Rollins.
There's that fastball out, probably looking to see if Alex would take a bigger lead there for a back pick.
Now, time. That pitch is taken for a ball.
They're really trying to be careful. You can see that catcher is glancing over at first, eyeing down Alex Rollins to get him back to the bag.
And Rollins is a threat to go at any moment's notice. One of the fastest players on the Bryan Lions team.
It's got that red sliding mitt. There's that
2-0
fastball.
pitch fouled off by Cook. Took a big swing of that pitch. Just missed it.
It was a 2-0 count. Good time to swing. Not a bad swing at all by Cook there. You can see the ball go straight back, so he's pretty close to hitting it on the barrel. There he goes.
Rollins goes
Breaking
on
ball
the
in the dirt.
curveball. No throw there by the catcher. Excellent jump there by Alex Rollins, and he steals that bag.
It's a beautiful pop-up slide there by Alex as well.
Great pitch to run on. Great jump. Not a chance in the world.
3-1, you expect to see a fastball here most likely. Could be a very interesting moment for Cade to see if he can get a barrel.
Good hitter's count here, and he swings, hits that ball up the middle. Diving catch made by the shortstop for Union.
Wow.
What a play there by the shortstop. Sebastian Flores, great play, saves a run. So if that ball gets through, Bryan would have their Alex walks in easily, home plate. Bryan would have their 4th run, so an excellent diving play made. Cade Cook gets robbed of a hit. And that concludes things here in the bottom of the 3rd. Bryan leaves 1 runner on. No runs on the play. And when we come back, top of the 4th inning, 3-1 game for the Bryan College here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back here in the top of the fourth inning. Leading things off for Union is Sebastian Flores, who just made that great diving play up the middle.
You know, something interesting about Cam Harvey actually is that 2 summers ago he played for the now famous Savannah Bananas. There's a fastball flared out to left field. Will be a single.
That ball drops in front of the left fielder, Cade Cook. Flores, after making the diving play, comes up and leads things off with a single. Now batting for Union College, number 24, Aaron Barrera, who is 0 for 1 on the day.
See if we can get a ground ball double play situation here. Like I was saying a second ago, though, Cam played for the Bananas during a summer league a couple years ago. There's ball in the dirt, ball 1. And the Bananas are actually playing at Minute Maid Park tonight. I think this is their Major League Field debut. Another interesting thing about Bryan is that we have another connection to the Bananas, and that Gabe Howell, who played here a few years ago and then transferred to Georgia Gwinnett, also was a line at one point, and he'll be on that team. There's a fastball called strike inside.
Inside corner there with the fastball for Cam to even things up. 1-1 to Barrera.
It was interesting the kind of connections that we have to now probably one of the most fun versions of baseball in the game.
The ball is grounded to second base. Cade looks over his shoulder, decides to throw on the first to get the sure out there. Runner advances to second on the play. Cade thought about it for a second, but decided to get the sure out at first base. Fielder's choice there for Barrera, which now brings Logan Romo Santa, the left fielder, to the plate. He is also 0 for 1 on the day. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Runner in scoring position. Union looking to cut into the Bryan lead here. First pitch there by Cam. Curveball for a strike.
As we go along here, you're seeing that fastball possibly getting hit a little bit more. You're probably going to notice Cam's going to start mixing in that breaking ball a little bit. You know, that breaking ball isn't this hard, straight down thing that's necessary for him because he's got that good fastball. But because it's such a much lower speed and it's got that very vertical movement profile, it's going to play really well off that fastball that gets on you really quickly, especially up in the zone. So it's a really good pairing with that fastball, and then he can start mixing in that changeup, which is also a pretty hard pitch. So good pitch selection here. You expect to spend a little bit more, especially 0-2. Might see a fastball either up and out or breaking ball in. Fastball
that
out.
0-2 pitch drilled into right field. Coming around second base, stopping at third. Runners at the corners here. Excellent throw by Darwin to get it in quickly.
So there's that fastball. He was trying to probably go a little higher up right there and out.
Flores
instead.
stops at third. Romo Santa stops at first. We got 1 out here. Runners on the corners.
Just left it a little too low in the zone, unfortunately. So I expect to see him mixing in that breaking ball a little bit more as we go, especially with the man at first trying to get that double play ground ball.
Absolutely. Cam Harvey is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Now batting for Union, the first baseman, Mason Kelly, 0 for 1 on the day, takes that first pitch breaking ball up and outside for ball number 1.
It's got that wrist monitor on that tells them the pitches from the dugout that they want to throw. We implemented that this year in Louisiana, actually.
Yep, shout out to PitchCom. All our infielders should have a wristwatch. Catcher has a wristwatch. Pitcher has one. And PitchCom is able to relay signs from Coach Mack and the other coaches in the dugout.
He's actually, sorry.
Giving us an easy way to communicate with each other on the field without having to use mound visits or things like that.
It's got that tablet strapped up to the banister in there so you can push a button, put the pitch straight to Cam on that watch. Sometimes it has a little bit of lag just from using it. In Louisiana myself, I would put a fastball in, you expect to wait 5 seconds, and it finally pops up. You're like, all right, time to go. And I think we had that a second ago.
That pitch grounded to short, might be 2, 6, 4, on to 3, and that ball gets by Tyler Cullen over at first base. That will be a fielder's choice for Mason Kelly. Lions able to get the lead runner at second base. A run does come in to score. It is now 3-2 for Bryan. Bryan still has the lead. A nice play there by Danny to get the out. Tough turn over there at second with how slow that ball was hit. Even with the clean throw, that ball probably would not have gotten the runner anyways.
Breaking ball out.
First pitch taken there for a ball. Now batting for Union here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth, Luke Pell.
Yeah, that pitch he had for that ground ball was a fastball out of the zone. You can tell hitters are still very off balance with Cam pitching to him. He's got that fastball he puts out sometimes, and then he'll spin off that well. So he kind of extended the barrel, got that weak contact, and we had that rollover that could have been that double play to end the inning. But still got the lead runner going to second, so also good to see that. We got 2 outs and now man on. So
yeah, unfortunate there. Cam made a great pitch and had that batter out front. He did hit it weak, but if he hit it harder, maybe a chance to turn 2 there. That last pitch fouled off to the right side by Luke. Runner going on the play. Throw down to second base by Brad. Not in time.
Got the called strike on that.
Cam Harvey gets the strike, but Mason Kelly steals second base with 2 outs. 1-2 count to Luke Pell. Runner on second base now after the stolen base.
When do you expect him to bury something here?
Here's a pitch by Cam Harvey inside. Just missing in off the plate.
Coach Mac verbal there on the good job, baby, on the fastball inside.
Coach Mac passionately expressing his opinion there about where he thinks that ball was. Close pitch. Both of us up here thought it was strike 3, but 2-2. That ball hit to left field. And with that swing by Luke Pell, Union now has a 1-run lead. You hate to see that, folks. But that is baseball for you sometimes.
Threw a really good fastball.
Yeah, the pitch before, everyone at Bryan thought that pitch was a strike. We thought it was a strike, but it just missed on the inside corner according to the home plate umpire. And, of course, obviously, batter agreed with him that it was an inside pitch. And the next pitch, home run to left field for Luke Pell.
There's a breaking ball, strike 1. Good to see that after giving up a home run.
3 runs here in the top of the 4th inning for Union College. 4-3 lead as well. That pitch misses inside, 1-1 count. Now batting for Union, the designated hitter, Nathan McCabe. And Nathan, in his last at-bat, hit a solo shot out to center field. He takes a cut at that pitch, swings and misses there. 1-2 count now for Cam Harvey.
Great off-speed offering right there to get 1-2. You know, this is something you see from a team's ace, is having the ability to come back after the long ball and getting ahead of a guy.
Absolutely. Gets the check swing on the pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by Bradley Prince. Throws it on to first to get the out. Great bounce back there from Cam. He's done a nice job after giving up some home runs to immediately come in and shut the door, prevent any extra momentum for Union. But again, that pitch, that fastball, the pitch before on that home run just missed. Next pitch hit out for a home run. Unfortunate break there for the Bryan Lions. In the top of the 4th inning, Union puts up 3 runs, 2 of them coming on that 2-run shot by Luke Pell. They take a 4-3 lead, and when we come back, the Bryan Lions will be looking to respond in the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. Welcome back to the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning is the first baseman, Tyler Cullen. My personal pick for the key offensive player of the day for the Bryan Lions. He's already 2 for 2 on the day, doing an excellent job of setting the tone in the leadoff position for the Bryan offense.
See if he can continue that hot streak of getting on base and getting over to Bobo and Darwin.
That first pitch skied in the air to left field. Left fielder coming in, makes the catch. First pitch swinging there by Tyler Cullen. 1 out to start things off.
DC was pretty successful in the first 3 pitches in his last 2 at-bats, so you don't expect him to change anything else with that theme of success going forward. So honestly, not a bad idea to go ahead and swing at that fastball early in the count to see what you can do again after being successful the last 2 times.
Absolutely. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Now coming to bat, Bryson Lofton. He takes that first pitch for a ball low. 1-0. Bryson, sorry, apologize.
Excuse me, go ahead.
Bryson, he's 1 for 2 on the day. What were you going to say, Jacob?
As we go ahead in this game, you know, they have the lead right now, 4-3. You're probably going to expect, like we just saw there, from the Boba to see some more breaking pitches, especially with nobody on base. You don't necessarily have to pitch to him when there's nobody in scoring position like there as from a TC. So we've seen 3 breaking balls in a row. You expect Boba to most likely either take his walk or they're trying to get him to extend out of the zone to get weak contact here. So we might see a walk right here in a couple pitches.
Absolutely. 3-0 count here to Bryson Lofton. That pitch drilled to right field. 3-0 green light for Bryson Lofton. And when that ball comes down, this game is tied. Whew. Was that a 3-0 breaking ball?
That was a 3-0 breaking ball.
3-0
right down the middle.
breaking ball. And Bryson Lofton hits a no-doubt home run to right field.
So funny to see teams still going after Bobo, even 3-0. Let's just spin 3-0, breaking ball right down the middle. Bobo, like we've talked about before, hits everything if it's in the zone. He will sometimes, at times when he's not successful, extend the barrel too far out of the zone because he's so good at making contact. And so his key is keeping himself in that box, getting a pitch to drive, and even when it's a breaking ball like that from a lefty, nothing is going to stop him from getting a barrel. So what we got going on here?
With that swing, Bryson Lofton has just hit his 3rd home run of the series, his 8th of the year, moving him back into a tie for first place with Darwin Gregg, both of whom have 8 home runs apiece on the year.
Looks like the shortstop is coming out of the game. Might have been something from that diving play earlier, I would suspect. Now he's coming out. We have number 3 going over to, looks like, second base for them, putting on the PitchCom track device or something similar to that.
We'll get a name for you in a second once we figure out who is coming in for Union, but a substitution being made. Shortstop's being taken out of the game. Still has a chance to re-enter, but for now, number 3 for Union College, I believe, is coming in to replace him. Now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, now a 4-4 game. Darwin Gregg coming up to the plate, and he is 2 for 2, including a 2-run shot in the first inning. First pitch taken there on the outside corner for a strike.
Looked like a pretty aggressive fastball right there. Sometimes when a pitcher gives up the long ball, they'll typically come back with a little more adrenaline. Another fastball out, called ball this time. Sometimes, I know for me in the past, if I give up a home run, the next pitch might be 3 or 4 miles per hour harder, which can be effective at going ahead of hitters the next time, like even Cam Harvey had this last home run he gave up.
And a swing and a miss there on that 1-1 pitch. Moves the count to 1-2 here to Darwin Gregg. And that pitch is taken down for a ball, even things up at 2-2. Coming into the game for Union College at second base, number 3, Nathan Aldez. Swing and a miss there by Darwin Gregg for the 2nd out of the inning. Now batting the cleanup hitter for the Bryan Lions, number 1, Dante Morton.
Can't tell right there, but that might have been the changeup that the lefty probably possesses, going low and away to get Darwin to chase. As Union does a pretty good job with their pitchers, I've noticed so far, in mixing the farther on in a game you go. So they'll have that 3rd offering, as we see. It looked like a fastball in ball 1. But they do like to mix as we get in the fourth, fifth, sixth inning for their start to give them that third weapon in the arsenal that hitters have not been exposed to yet.
Dante hits that ball hard into center field, and that ball is down.
Good to see the DH with that single there on a breaking ball elevated.
With 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Dante Morton picks up his second hit of the game. Now coming to the plate with 2 outs, this center fielder, Daniel Dryden.
Daniel last time on that 2-0 count like we talked about, he was sitting on that breaking ball. The reason you can tell that is because the ball went straight back, meaning he was trying to get his bat to get under the ball a little bit, expecting a breaking ball, just missing that fly out to left field. So right here, I'm going to expect he's going to sit on that breaking ball inside again, and like Dante with that elevated breaking ball, try to punish him and hopefully put one over the fence here.
And that ball hit deep to left field. Daniel Dryden, light tower power.
You guys can't see it here, but Owen is standing up. That was a crazy hit right there. Good barrel.
An absolute moonshot to left field. Daniel Dryden with his 6th home run of the year. It is now 6-4 for the Bryan Lions. An excellent job in the previous at-bat there by Dante Morton, getting a hit to extend things 2 through 5 in this Bryan lineup. The absolute danger zone there.
And here's the captain, number 5, Cade Cahoon. That breaking ball taking strike 1 outside.
In there for a strike. That's the 10th hit of the game now for the Bryan Lions. An exclamation point put on the game here by Daniel Dryden.
Another breaking ball taken actually outside this time for ball 1. It isn't showed either in the score necessarily, but Cam Harvey's done a great job limiting hits. And besides that one crooked fastball, he's done a really good job at being in the zone consistently, even when he's behind with hitters, going and attacking them with his best pitch, his fastball. And you can see, the hits are a very different number. The runs don't reflect how good Cam has been thus far in the game as well.
Absolutely. He's done a nice job, too, in responding after giving up a long ball, settling in quickly, making sure no extra momentum is taken over by Union after the home runs. And that's what a good leader does. That's what a veteran college player does, too.
Fastball way outside there.
Even things up here. 2-2 to the captain, Cade Cahoon. Cade fouls that pitch off. He is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk.
Fought off that fastball outside. I might expect as a pitcher being ahead here, you might see either something spinning off speed inside or going back trying to elevate that fastball out to get him a chase. There's a breaking ball in. Ground out looks like to third. There's a scoop.
A nice pick over there by Union's first baseman to retire the side. But the Lions respond to Union with 3 runs of their own, 2 of them coming from a moonshot to left field by Daniel Dryden. It is now 6-4 going into the top of the 5th inning here at center field. And when we come back, Cam Harvey will be looking to take the mound and keep the lead for the Lions here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back here in the top of the fifth inning here on the Bryan Line Radio Network, leading things off for Union College. Number 4, Sammy Serrano. Serrano 0 for 1 on the day, takes that first pitch fastball up for a ball, 1-0 to start things off here. Cam Harvey back out here in the top of the fifth inning.
Looked like another fastball this time taken low and away.
Not surprising to see Cam come back out here in the fifth, as he is known on the team as a absolute workhorse. Wouldn't you agree, Jacob Buffington?
I would. Cam has always been really good at throwing a lot of innings. He's not very injury prone, unlike some of us. Cam has been very good at throwing a lot of pitches consistently, week in and week out. Doesn't really show signs of deterioration. Even when he is sore, you don't necessarily see a drop in the radar gun or feel for the zone. So I think his ability, especially being a bigger body guy, he can maintain that velocity very well. And because he just throws that fastball so often, he can be pretty consistent at getting good success. So.
Serrano starts things off here with a walk. Turning the lineup over now. Now coming to the plate, Diego Clariot, as Mac calls time, calls a mound visit here. Looking to talk things over with Cam Harvey and the rest of the Bryan Line infield.
You know, right here you expect Mac to come out there, kind of calm down your big arm, talk to him about, all right, here's the game plan going forward. This is what the last two guys were doing. Let's lock back in. You just walk the lead off, make sure we're good about this guy, and go to work. Right now is not time to necessarily be in panic mode, especially with that 2-run lead. But I think your goal right here with Cam, especially on a cold and windy day, is to get him through 5 or 6 innings and hopefully get back to that bullpen for 7, 8, 9.
Excellent insight there on the mound visit by Jacob Buffington. As a 6th-year senior pitcher, he's been in a number of those mound visits himself. So great first-hand experience there. As that first pitch is grounded to first base, Cam Harvey picks it up himself, runs over the first base. Runner beats it out at first. Serrano on the play advances from first to third. Near excellent play there by Cameron Harvey, fielding the swinging bunt, trying to take the ball over himself, but Clariot just able to beat that out.
Man, you got that weak contact you're looking for early in the count. Unfortunately right there, that play by Cam was probably the best thing you could have done in that situation when you had TC clearing off the bag, letting Cam get over. When no one's there, Cam made the heads-up play of trying to outrun runner at first base. That looks like a breaking ball taken inside for ball 1. But really, that's all you could have done there as a pitcher. And then the man getting to third base puts it into a bad situation. But hopefully we can get a ground ball. Double play could help us get 2 outs here pretty early, even though we might surrender the run. There's a runner.
And now Clariot taking off. No throw there. He's in a second base with a stolen base. Now up to the plate, the center fielder for Union, Colton Stegman, 0 for 2 on the day. But here, with a 2-0 count and a couple of ducks on the pond there, is that 2-0 pitch is fouled off to the right on top of the hill. A 2-1 count now. And after that last play, it appears we have some action down in the Bryan Line bullpen. I believe I saw Harrison Price working his way down there. Did you see anyone else going down there, Jacob?
I did not. But what I did see just now is Zach Terry coming over getting that foul ball. So that puts him at 1. Chris Bain has 1, and Luke, I think, has 5 foul balls. So
yeah, Luke has 5. Chris, I think, has 2. Zach Terry picking his first one of the day.
But yeah, you would expect right there to see the bullpen getting going, especially with men on second and third and no outs. As that looks like a fastball in for ball 4.
Stegman draws the walk there. The bases will be loaded with nobody out for, is it Sebastian Flores? I'm not sure, as he was taken out of the game the inning before. So it is likely we will have a pinch hitter here for Union.
It's going to be a big spot for Cam Harvey, as the team's expected number 1 guy.
It will be Sebastian Flores coming up to bat here. I believe he will be re-entering into the game, and it is good to see that everything is okay with him. With nobody out and the bases loaded, he'll be coming up to the plate. Big spot here in the game where we'll see if Cam Harvey can work his way out of this one. First pitch in there for a called strike. Cam Harvey getting ahead on pitch 1.
You know, Cam's so good in these big moments. He's had a lot of playoff success in his collegiate career. So this spot right here, being bases loaded in the middle of the season, not something he has never faced before. So see if he can maintain that poise. Fastball up and out.
Good
there.
snag there by Bradley Prince Jr. 1-1 count, another 1-1 count. And as we mentioned earlier, the most important count in baseball. Fitting that it has come up so often in this game. Here's the pitch by Cam Harvey. Taken for a ball.
Looked like just slightly elevated a little bit there.
Just missed upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Bryan still with a 2-run lead. Union looking to change that. Swung on and missed.
There's that
Fastball upstairs.
elevated fastball like you just said a second ago.
There's that good fastball.
He's going to keep working with his best pitch, even when behind in that 2-1 count a second ago. Now 2-2, you have all the leverage as the pitcher to hopefully have either put a weak contact in play or go for the strikeout.
That ball popped up in the air in foul territory. That ball landing foul.
That's a close one right there. Looked right on the line from up here. Good thing for us, the umpire called that one foul.
That ball was just blooped over Tyler Cullen's head into no man's land there.
If that was fair, you could easily argue that 2 runners would have scored trying to pick up that ball, as it would probably roll over to the warning track. Good thing for Cam, he can do it over again with that 2-2 count.
And here's a pitch by Cam Harvey. Another foul ball there to the left side.
Breaking ball inside. So he went fastball away, then try to spin in here, head up in that 2-2 count. So we might see that either another fastball up and out, go for the chase, or another breaking ball to induce weak contact, hopefully keep it on the infield, or even better, an infield pop-up.
Middle infield playing back, looking to roll a double play. 2-2 pitch, fastball upstairs for a ball, runs the count full.
If he trusts it enough, a breaking ball right here, middle of the zone, might get the weak contact we're looking for, even better for the strikeout. So we'll see right here.
Big full count pitch here from Cam Harvey. That ball popped up to left field. Cade Cook coming in, runner on third tagging. He's going home. Fakes going home. Cade Cook gets that ball in quickly. Excellent job there by Cam Harvey to get the first out of the inning. Runners do not advance.
You know, right there, obviously with that ball being shallow left field, the runner typically will go back and tag, take 3 hard steps, and then try to induce a throw that could possibly go over the catcher's head. And so right there, Cade did a really good job of keeping that ball closer to the infield, easily blocked up, and we have the first out of the inning with bases still loaded. So now the double play is in order with a ground ball, and we could potentially stop any more runs from being on the scoreboard. Got that fastball up for ball 1.
Coming up to bat for Union, the cleanup hitter, Aaron Barrera. He is 0 for 2 on the day. And after that play, Cam Harvey is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Called strike there.
Great
Even
fastball.
things up there. Even things up there on the count. 1-1. Great pitch there by Cam Harvey.
Come on, Cam.
Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Had a little bit of juice behind that fastball.
A little bit of juice, a little bit of run.
Now you've got that 1-2
Late
count.
swing there by Barrera.
Good time to put him away with the strikeout.
That would be absolutely huge for Cam Harvey. 1-2 pitch coming up. Just misses outside. Barrera nearly goes to that one as well.
Hitters being very aggressive on that last pitch after getting ahead 1-2. You expect him to swing, so that fastball slightly out there. Still a very good pitch to set him up for the strikeout here.
2-2 pitch from Cam Harvey. In there for called strike 3. Cameron Harvey with a big punch out there. And now he is 1 out away from getting out of this jam without giving up a single run.
Cam Harvey nodding his head. Cool, calm, and collected as he always is in these situations. Like I said before, he is not shy to the big moment in his collegiate career, pitching in several big playoff games. He threw a complete game, notably last year against Reinhardt, at their place. It was a breaking ball taken for strike 1.
Absolutely. Whenever the moment gets big, Cam Harvey steps up for the Bryan Lions. 0-1 count here. Batter asking for time, not given by the umpire. Here's the pitch. That ball popped up in the air to center field. Daniel Dryden calling for it. He makes the catch. And Cam Harvey, with the bases loaded and nobody out, pulls the Houdini act and gets out of the inning without giving up a single run to keep the score at 6-4 for the Bryan Lions.
That's what an ace does. That's what your number one guy is meant to do. He goes out there. You expect him to be successful and competitive every time he takes the mound. And you can see right there why Cam Harvey, number 8, is considered the chief of this staff. Big
Chief gets out of the inning. Fantastic job there by Cam Harvey. When we come back, Lions will look to build off on the momentum there. 6-4 game for the Lions going into the bottom of the 5th here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back here in the bottom of the 5th inning on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th, the shortstop, Danny Marquez, hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch of the inning taken outside there for a ball. Shout out to Coach Mack running across your screen right now, getting into that third base coach's box. Great hustle there.
There's that fastball. Oh, Coach Mack. Couldn't come up with it. Was a pitcher back in his college days. So
shows off the arm there after the play, though.
Danny's seen 2 fastballs here in the 1-1 count. Another fastball up and out.
Fouled off there by Danny Marquez. Straight back. Puts the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hunter Rosie on the mound here in the bottom of the 5th. Swung on, missed there by Danny Marquez for the first out of the inning.
It's pretty fastball heavy to Danny right there, but that's what you expect after being pretty aggressive in his last at bat. So you don't expect to see a lot of spin, just more fastballs up and elevated out of the zone. And here's Bradley Prince stepping in the box.
Bradley Prince 0 for 1 on the day, but he does have a walk. First pitch fouled off towards left side for strike number 1.
Good breaking ball right there. Slightly out of the zone. Got Brad to get under it, pop it back up towards us. I think just like we saw his last at-bat, he's going to spin a lot more to lefties than he is to righties and might mix in that changeup more to righties low in the zone.
0-1 pitch here to Bradley Prince. Taken inside for a ball. 1-1 count.
Inside right there.
Through 4 1/3 innings, the Lions have 6 runs on 10 hits. No errors for Union, so all those runs are earned. Doing an excellent job at the plate so far, looking to keep things going. That ball drilled into right field. Right fielder diving catch out there in right field, robbing Bradley Prince of what could have been extra bases.
You know, poor Brad right there just can't take a break because that last ball we saw almost go out. It was hit pretty good too, just a little too far up in the air, and that one right there was a clear barrel he had, and the right fielder just made an incredible job extending to get that ball close to the ground. So,
right fielder Luke Pell with the diving catch, having himself a nice day so far. Not only does he have that diving play out on right, but he also has a 2-run bomb as well.
There's a fastball taken for ball 1, a little low.
Left fielder Cade Cook coming up to bat here. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Swings at that pitch. Swings at that 1-0 fastball. Even things up here at 1-1.
Got Cade to be a little jumpy there on that elevated fastball, trying to do damage up 1-0. Looks like another fastball, low and away. Good time as a hitter, good hitters count.
2-1 count here to Cade Cook. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, even things up at 2-2.
As the game's kind of progressed, we've noticed he's doing a much better job as a pitcher of locating that breaking ball in the zone and not burying it into righties. He's made that adjustment, just moved over his probably arm side a little bit, and now it's being much more effective with that fastball up and out of the zone.
Absolutely. And when you face this Bryan line offense with how dangerous they are, it is a constant game of adjustments and making sure you hit your spot, because if you make even just one mistake, they will punish you for it.
Especially
2-2
this field.
pitch. Fouled off there in the box.
Umpire
Foul ball.
vocal about that.
Yeah, that ball hit Cade Cook while he was still in the box. It'll be a foul ball. 2-2 count. Cade Cook looking to keep things going here in the bottom of the fifth for the Lions. If he gets on base, the leadoff hitter, Tyler Cullen, will be next. Pitch in there for a called third strike. Rosie gets a called strike 3 there to end things here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-2-3 inning here for the Lions. When we come back in the top of the sixth, Cam Harvey will likely still be on the mound. What do you think here, Buffington? Do you think we'll go to a pitching change?
I think Cam is going to still be back on the mound since the last couple times, and there he is.
And there he is. So when we come back, Cam Harvey will be taking the mound in the top of the sixth inning here on the Bryan Lions Radio Network. And we are back here in the top of the sixth inning here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. Cam Harvey taking the mound here in the top of the sixth inning.
Worked around bases loaded his last inning of work, and that looked like a breaking ball strike one the hitter got very much in front of to squib it down the first base line. Looked like a cue shot in a billiards game.
Batting for Union College to start things off here in the top of the sixth is Mason Kelly, the first baseman. He is 0 for 2 on the day.
Ken did a good job there getting 0-1.
That ball fisted off foul towards the left side. Cam Harvey up in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. A fantastic job again last inning by Cameron Harvey. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Cam gets the next 3 guys out to prevent any runs from scoring.
It's going to be pretty imperative here that we have a quick inning. It was a good pitch there, fastball low and out, taken for ball 1. But
good 2-strike pitch and good stop there behind the plate by Bradley Prince Jr.
It's going to be very important after having that long bases loaded inning to get a quick one here, get the offense back onto the field, because now the energy sometimes feel a little more neutral after having a big zero, another big zero, and now we're kind of neutral again with kind of where both teams feel they're at. So if you get a good 1-2-3 from your ace after having that bases loaded stop, then it feels like you got a little more energy for your starter to extend in this ball game.
1 ball, 2-strike count. Cameron Harvey coming set. Here's the pitch. Low and in for ball 2.
Breaking ball right there.
Cam doing an excellent job of mixing speeds and keeping hitters off balance today.
Already noticed he went 0-2 quickly with 2 breaking balls, so he's going off his normal heavy fastball. There's that looked like a fastball or changeup high and outside, making it a 3-2 count, but it's what you expect to see, mixing in that breaking ball early and often. The later you get when guys are starting to hit your fastball, the more your velocity decreases over the time span of a game. Breaking ball, cue
Full
shot.
count pitch there, fouled off by Kelly. Out front there on another curveball, or was that a changeup, you think, or you think that's his
I
curveball?
think that was the breaking ball right there. Out in front and extended with the barrel. Ball kind of came off the cap, spun back towards the home side dugout.
That ball dribbled in front of the plate. Bradley Prince Jr. coming out, tries to make a play, but Kelly will be safe at first base. A tough play all around for Bradley Prince and Cam Harvey. A ball, a swinging bunt there, dribbled out in between them, and Kelly's speed able to beat it out there.
Yeah, there's another weak contact, kind of looks similar to that running ground ball that Cam fielded earlier to try to get to first base and was unsuccessful for the out. Still getting that weak contact on that fastball. Just unfortunate, it was booted off of Brad's glove, and now the runner is over at first.
Union gets the leadoff guy on to start things off here in the 6th inning, which brings up the right fielder, Luke Pell. He's having himself a nice game so far. 1 for 2 on the day, but that one hit, a 2-run shot to left field, followed up with a diving play in right to save extra bases.
Hope here to get a ground ball. Double plays in order, especially with no outs. You want to make sure we can stop any runners from getting to scoring position as Cam takes a leisurely step off towards the first base bag. Cam's already stepped off once, and now we had that small pickoff throw. Runner gets a bigger lead.
Here's the pitch. Taken in there for a called first strike.
Breaking ball again early in the count. I'd expect to see another one in the next 2 pitches, mixing more often than he was.
0-1 pitch in there, taken for a ball, just missing.
Ooh.
Just missing, not by much. 1-1 count here for Cam Harvey.
It looked like that fastball that Cade Cook took for strike 3, so hopefully the umpire can be neutral in his calling.
1-1 pitch, another called ball, 2-1 count. Cameron Harvey, that I believe that was his 92nd pitch of the game here in the 6th inning. With that being said, Bryan still has action down there in the pen. We are unsure of who it is right now, but there is movement down in the Bryan Lions bullpen.
Breaking
That pitch
ball.
in on the hands, popped up towards second. Cade coming in. A tough play there, unable to field it cleanly. And even if he did, he would have had a hard time getting Pell with how slow that ball was hit. Couple unlucky breaks there for the Bryan Lions. But the first 2 batters of the inning for Union College get on. Runners on first and second here for Nathan McCabe.
Had 2 cue shot hits right there. And that's frustrating as a hitter in your the latter part of a game, because it feels like with those ones you do your job as a pitcher, getting weak contact, you're pitching well in the zone, and
A ball hit in the air to center field. Daniel Dryden going back, and that ball is gone. The designated hitter, Nathan McCabe, does it again this series. I believe that is his 3rd home run of the series, his 2nd home run of the day, his 2nd home run hit to center field. That time a breaking ball, I believe, a 3-run shot, and that home run gives Union College a 1-run lead.
it's frustrating right there, like I was saying a second ago, getting that weak contact. You're doing a good job as a pitcher of getting ahead with your breaking ball, your tertiary and secondary pitches, and then DH comes up, and I guess he recognized that as well, seeing those breaking balls early in the count. You sit on one, try to drive it with the wind blowing out, and that's just what happened.
Serrano squares around the bunt here. Sammy Serrano now hitting for Union after that 3-run home run by Nathan McCabe. He's having himself a very good series. Credit where credit is due. Cam Harvey is an excellent pitcher. Not a lot of hard hit balls given up by him, and that is 2 home runs to center field for Nathan McCabe.
Does help with that. You can see that flag out there in right field is blowing almost straight out to center field. So any ball barreled, especially a guy as big as their DH is, any ball barreled in the air has a really good chance to go today. Breaking ball.
2-1 pitch in there for a called strike. 2-2 count now. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. 3 runs on the board for Union. And that pitch hit in the air to center field. Daniel Dryden has a bead on this one, and he will make the play for the first out of the inning.
Good job by Cam winning that 2-2 count, coming back again like his last home run, and immediately getting an out. So hopefully we can get him through this inning of work down by 1 in the Lions can, in the home side of the sixth, get us a couple of runs and get Cam in line for the win.
The Lions have done a good job responding all day. That ball hit in the air to right field, but that ball is foul. Leadoff hitter coming up to the plate for Union. The second baseman, Diego Clariot, he is 1 for 2 on the day.
Smaller set guy, if that ball had gotten out, just tell you how much that wind's really blowing.
0-1 pitch taken in there for a ball. Shout out to Slim. You're going to have to see him coming up on the camera. Great teammate, great clubhouse guy. Love having him on the team. Also, our team barber. If you ever need a haircut, hit up Slim.
Strike 2. Good fastball right there. Expect to see Camden put this batter away pretty quickly. Fastball away.
That pitch just misses outside there. Even things up now, 2-2.
Just a note, but whenever you see a catcher kind of turn their glove kind of in that elevated position, it tells you he's probably looking for something a little more inside. And so Brad had turned that glove over, doesn't give the catcher a good view, or the umpire, excuse me, a good view. And so that's why he missed that fastball. But right there, we get the strikeout. So
yep, Clariot swings at that pitch in the dirt. Nice play behind the plate there by Brad to block that ball and quickly tag the runner. 2 outs now. Next 2 batters after the home run have been retired by Cam Harvey, and once again, he has done a very fine job in responding after giving up a long ball. That is just what a veteran college pitcher does.
Breaking ball to start.
Now batting for Union, center fielder Colton Stegman. He is 0 for 2 on the day.
You know, even though it's that crooked number, Owen, like we've already mentioned, that number does not reflect kind of the
A ball hit in the air out to left center field. That ball off the top of the fence and stays in. That ball hit out on a line. I didn't know if that ball had a chance initially. Hit off the top of the fence just beside the Motor City sign in front of the cage. Staying in, Cade Cook heads up play to come over. Or was that Daniel Dryden who got that ball in?
I think it was Daniel Dryden.
Daniel Dryden heads up play, tracking that ball, never gave up on it, gets that ball in quickly. It is a double for Colton Stegman with 2 outs here in the top 6 inning. And now Coach Clint McCauley calling time for the mound visit. And that will be it for Cam Harvey here in the top of the 6th inning.
Union puts up a crooked number there in the top of the 6th, but
yep.
It looks like we have Harrison Price coming to the game, the sidewinder. He's a local kid.
Yeah.
Comes in here. He started his career at Bryan on the JV team and got called up. And so far what we've seen from him has been really positive. In the fall, he did a really good job getting weak contact, actually getting a lot of strikeouts with his unique underarm throwing slot. So
yeah.
Right here, you expect to either get a weak contact, a pop-up, or even a strikeout with his arsenal right here. So good job by Cam, limiting, getting those 2 quick outs after the home run. Hopefully Harrison can come in here and close out the side for him.
Absolutely. Now, Cameron Harvey's stat line is not officially closed yet. He is responsible for that runner on second base. So once that is officially closed, we will read out his final stats for the day. Harrison Price coming in here to pitch, the submarine right-hander, the senior, I believe.
Upper 70s fastball coming from that low arm slot, kind of comes up and then drops back in. It's even though it's that low velocity, what doesn't get told by the radar gun is just how effective that lower arm slot can be. So when you have that slot kind of coming up and into, especially righty on righty here, then it can be really deceptive trying to get solid contact on the ball. And then he mixes that with a good slider offering in the low 60s that just stays across the plate really well and acts as this big sweeping slider. So it's a really highly effective arsenal he's going to deploy here, hoping to go with the righty-righty matchup.
Absolutely. Harrison, being a submarine pitcher, is pretty crafty. Throws a lot of strikes. All his pitches move. And he does a nice job of holding runners, mixing in slide steps, mixing in pauses, doing everything he can to keep hitters off balance and keep inducing weak contact, which he has been doing all year long. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning with a runner on second base, Harrison Price will be looking to keep things where they are. 3 runs in the inning for Union College, giving them a 7-6 lead. And now batting for Union will be number 8, Sebastian Flores. Sebastian Flores, 1 for 3 on the day so far. First pitch from Harrison Price in there for a called strike.
Good fastball right there. And this is the 3-hole. So even though Cam Harvey is seen as our ace right there after giving up that hard contact, going to the right-handed reliever off your ace here to the 3-hole was probably a good strategic move by Coach Mack, especially with that righty-righty matchup like we've already mentioned.
Harrison comes set. Here's the pitch. Skied on the infield, in the air. K. Cahoon calling for it. Makes the nice over-the-shoulder catch. Made that look a lot easier than it was. Good job there by Harry. Throwing strikes, inducing weak contact. Strands the runner at second base. Good slider there, I agree. In the top of the 6th inning, Union College puts up 3 runs, all coming from Nathan McCabe's second home run of the day. A 3-run home run to center field. 7-6 for the Union College Bulldogs over the Bryan Lions. Bryan will be looking to respond in the bottom of the 6th inning. And when we come back, who will be leading off for Bryan?
I think we're at the top of the lineup with TC coming up pretty soon.
Looking for Tyler Cullen to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th, but we will be back to you momentarily here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. Starting things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Lions, the first baseman, Tyler Cullen, who is 2 for 3 on the day so far with a double back in the first inning.
It's a very important moment for the Bryan offense with Union starters still in the game. So you would expect velocity is going to be a little bit lower. Ability to locate, like we just saw there, is also going to be a little bit more around the zone, not necessarily in the spots that he wants. And so with your 1-2-3 coming up, it's a big spot for the offense to respond and help Cam Harvey out, get this win in the book.
And the final line for Cameron Harvey after that, top of the 6th inning, Harvey, 5 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 4 Ks. So that will conclude his day after the top of the 6th inning. Tyler Cullen takes that pitch low for ball 4. 4 straight balls for Tyler Cullen to start things off here in the 6th. That's TC's 3rd time getting on base today. An excellent job out of him in the leadoff spot.
Great call for your player of the game right there.
Absolutely. Tyler Cullen's a dog. We all know it here at Bryan. Everyone in that dugout knows it. He's an incredible player to watch. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching him play this year, not just at the plate, but on the bases, in the field. He is locked in every play. Fun player to watch. Bringing up Bryson Lofton to the plate here. He is 2 for 3 on the day with a home run, his 3rd home run of the series, and his 8th of the year.
Here we go right here. Like I said before, the pitcher's going to be a little more out of the zone, especially with that long inning for Cam and Harrison pitching, so probably a little bit colder.
That pitch fouled off there deep to left field, but foul nonetheless.
You'd expect right here to see the Union Bulldogs bullpen getting hot. It looks like it is, seeing a ball being tossed back there behind the left field fence, especially right here with Bobo and Darwin on deck.
Absolutely a dangerous spot in the lineup as that ball is hit. Takes a funny hop there at short. Diving play by the shortstop goes off his glove. Tyler Cullen goes from first to third on that base hit by Bryson Lofton, the All-American, with his third hit of the day. Lions have runners on the corners for another dangerous hitter here in Darwin Gregg.
Wow, it's very surprising you still pitched to Bobo right there. The All-American selection last year, still on a hot streak as we went from the fall and now into the spring.
Another multi-hit game and a 3-hit game at that by Bryson Lofton. All he does is hit, and hey, I'm not going to complain if teams want to keep pitching to him, Buff.
Now we're in a good spot with Darwin on deck, the fly ball threat. If you get a fly ball with today's weather, it's most likely going to score another run and tie us up.
Could be another home run for Darwin Craig here. That pitch hit deep in the air to right field. Right fielder taking a few steps back. Runner tagging at third. Tyler Cullen coming in. There will be no throw on the play. Darwin Gregg does his job with a sacrifice fly there to score Tyler Cullen and tie things up here at 7 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
As it was written. Got that fly ball, like I said. Darwin puts it out to deep right field, and with that wind, the ball drifts back just a little bit more close to that warning track, and TC scores, and we are now tied up. Harrison should be in line for that win, I believe.
With that run coming in, Cam Harvey officially gets a no decision for his performance today as well. Now batting, Dante Morton. He's 2 for 3 on the day. He takes that first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Another dangerous hitter. As we've mentioned all broadcast long, that 2, 3, 4, 5 spot in the Bryan's lineup with Bryson, Darwin, Dante, and Daniel Dryden. You have to pay attention to those guys.
Union just sent. Oh.
That ball hit hard on a line of center field. Center fielder took a step in, had to sprint back. Good recovery there to make the catch, running back towards the fence. A hard hit ball by Dante Morton. That will be the second out of the inning.
Union just sent another man sprinting down to the bullpen. So, unfortunately, there with that line out by Dante, well hit ball. You expect their lefty to try to finish out this inning if he does not give up the lead.
Center fielder is playing deep too, respecting the power of Dante Morton. Now, batting here for the Bryan Lions, the center fielder, Daniel Dryden, as he takes that first pitch low and in for ball 1. Daniel Dryden 1 for 3 on the game with 2 RBIs coming from that 2-run home run that he hit earlier in the game. An absolute moonshot to left field. Cleared the light pole, I believe. Here's the pitch to Daniel. Taken there for another ball. 2-0 count to a dangerous hitter in the Bryan Lions lineup.
There's that breaking ball you expect Dryden to be taking in there. The game plan for him all along is that breaking ball into the back foot, fastball, try to locate either out and up or in. And last one, Daniel got that fastball. And oof, it's like a fastball taken for a strike in that hitter's count.
Daniel Dryden up in the count. Has the ability to be selective in that case. But 2-1 pitch now on its way.
Good time to do damage for Dryden.
He takes that pitch for another called strike. That one could have gone either way. Dryden disagrees with that call.
Looked like a well-placed fastball right there.
That pitch could have gone either way.
Definitely could have.
2-2 pitch here now to Daniel. So he takes that pitch. Great take there by Dryden to run it to a full count.
Great eye by Daniel, seeing that fastball elevated here. You'd expect with that lefty, most likely being his last inning, he's going to give it all he's got with this pitch. You might see he's going to go breaking ball to try to make sure Daniel will sell out and
Absolutely.
not get the lead back.
Full count here. Full count coming up is a big gust of wind coming in now. We apologize for that. It has been windy all day here at center field. But pitcher stepped off there. Full count, 2 outs. Bryson Lofton will be running on the pitch. As ball 4 to Daniel Dryden as he is on base yet again this series. He has done a fantastic job all series long of doing damage and getting on base. 2 outs, runners on first and second, and the captain, Cade Cahoon, coming up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Looking to give the Bryan Lions the lead here.
Still looks like no movement from the Union management over there for their pitcher. I think their goal is to let their guy go out there and try to keep this lead the same. Or excuse me, keep the score the same.
Union College trusting Hunter Rosie here with 2 outs in the 6th.
That fastball out again.
Looking to him to get out of this jam. Bryan looking to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 count to Cade Cahoon. Here's a pitch by Rosie. Curveball taken down in the dirt for another ball. 2-0 count.
There's something interesting about Union. I'm pretty sure they just actually changed their name.
They did. I believe Union Commonwealth University or Union Commonwealth College is now the name.
They are now changing it from college to university, so
Okay.
they're taking a step up and changing the name.
So Union Commonwealth University.
And that came out, I believe, yesterday. So the game in the day between the game of today and the games of Thursday, they are officially Union Commonwealth University. Interesting side note there, as there's a 3-0 count to Cade Cahoon.
3-0 count, and here's a pitch. A 3-0 breaking ball taken high for a ball. That's the second time we have seen Rosie go to the breaking ball in a 3-0 count. First time to Bryson Lofton, and we didn't get that ball back. That time there to Cade Cahoon, and now the bases will be loaded for a pinch hitter, Zach Terry. And Zach has a chance to put some runs on the board here. Coming into bat for, I believe, Danny Marquez. Yes, Zach Terry coming on to pinch hit for the shortstop, Danny Marquez.
You know, what people don't know about Terry Eddies, he's put 2 balls in play, very hard hit so far, besides the few strikeouts, I believe, and they were hit very, very hard. If he gets this ball elevated on today, a day like today with the wind, no doubt it will be gone.
As we mentioned on the broadcast on Thursday, Zach Terry has the ability to hit the ball harder and farther than anyone on the team. Impressive exit velocity numbers from this young man right here.
When he gets going, he reminds me very much of our alumni, Kiko Garcia.
Takes a big hack at that pitch there. Dugout going crazy right now.
It's not a matter of if he hits the ball, it's when he hits the ball.
And when he does, folks, we can't wait. It's coming. It is coming. He has been doing it all fall, all practice. One of the hardest workers on the team as he gets out of the way of that 1-1 pitch there. 2-1 count now after that breaking ball. Zach Terry walking around the plate.
Hitters count here with bases loaded.
A lot of confidence in that young man. It's good to see there.
Like you said before, Terry is one of the hardest working players on the team.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Great take there from Zach Terry. Has done a great job of working his way into a 3-1 count. I don't know what to do if you're Union College. If you put a fastball in the zone, it could be 4 runs on the board. If you don't, it's going to be a run.
I would not be surprised if you go back to that fastball here, 3-1, to try to see a guy who is arguably still not had a lot of success. If you challenge him here, hopefully.
Here's a 3-1 pitch to Zach Terry. Taken for a called strike.
There's that fastball.
That was
it's a good take.
I thought it was a good take. I thought that was a ball, but there's only one man whose opinion matters, and he is right behind the catcher. Full count pitch, 2 outs, bases loaded. Big moment here in the game. Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed. Hunter Rosie works his way out of that inning. Escapes the bases loaded threat there by the Lions.
Did a good job there of winning that 3-2 count. Unfortunately for Terry, it looked like that 3-1 fastball could have been ball 4, but unfortunately, like we've mentioned, it is not our opinion.
Yeah, that call didn't go our way. Zach Terry battled, but Hunter Rosie escapes the jam. When we come back in the top of the 7th inning, Harrison Price will take the mound for his 2nd inning of work here on the Bryan Lions Radio Network.
We are back with the first pitch by Harrison Price, taken for ball one. Owen will be right back, taking a quick break. You know, Harrison Price, like we have mentioned before, with that low arm slot being really effective, and there's that big sweeping slider for ball two, getting behind to number 24. Harrison did a fantastic job his last two outings, limiting getting damage coming in for starters. I don't expect him to do anything but that. And there's strike one swinging. And there's Owen.
I'm back. Had to take a quick little break there. Apologize for that.
Owen ran back.
It is cold out here, folks. I had to get moving just to. Nice backhanded play there by Bryson Lofton. Throws across the first base and gets the out.
Oh my goodness. That is an All-American. Bryson Lofton with that incredible stop and throw. You know, with this win, it's kind of difficult, especially with that dirt blowing up in your face right there. You can see by Boba's expression, he was not expecting to get that ball. It was more like a look what I found moment. But still, a hard, good throw over to first base to make out number one.
We've seen him make similar plays to that before. And Bryson Lofton very good with that backhand glove over at third base.
You know, excuse me, go ahead.
Now batting for Union, I believe. I don't think that ground ball hit there to short. Danny Marquez fields this ball, throws over to first base. Tyler Cullen comes off the line, tries to put the tag on, but he is safe over there at first base.
Ball just thrown up the line. It looked like TC might have had a read on that ball there, going to tag the runner, but
Tyler Cullen nearly able to come off the bag there and save the play, but the runner for Union will reach. That batter was Logan Romo Santa, who reached on the error. Now coming up to bat for Union is the first baseman, Mason Kelly. He is 1 for 3 on the day. That ball popped back towards us, but foul.
Curious to see who gets this foul ball.
Luke Townsend making an appearance, folks.
Luke Townsend is number 6 for him.
His 6th foul ball of the day.
Our Golden Retriever player of the day, Luke Townsend.
That's a great teammate right there, folks, and he is one.
Ooh.
As Harrison Price blows the doors off of Mason Kelly with that 0-1 pitch. Way up in the count now, 0-2. Harry looking absolutely filthy tonight.
Already induced 2 weak contact pitches, looking for the strikeout. And
there
it
is.
is. That big sweeping slider gets him swinging, looking bad in the box, extending the barrel to it, but not finding success on the swing.
An excellent sequence there on those last 2 pitches by Harrison Price. Blows him away with the fastball and then gets him chasing way out in front, lunging at the plate with the slider. Harrison Price, another slider there, swings and misses for strike one. Luke Pell now up to the plate. He is 2 for 3 on the day. As that runner takes off, ground ball hit the shortstop. Danny Marquez takes a tough bounce over there at short. Danny Marquez is unable to field that one cleanly.
Ball was hit a little bit hard in the last 2, so you can see even right there, surprising Danny a little bit, going off his chest, at least keeping it on the infield, the important part right there. Harrison still doing a great job limiting hard contact.
Harrison Price doing a good job of getting soft contact and getting ground balls, which is what he does as a submarine pitcher. Now coming to the plate, the designated hitter, Nathan McCabe. 2 home runs on the day, first pitch swinging, fouled straight back here on top of the hill.
Getting strike one again.
2 for 3 on the day, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs hit, folks. 3 home runs hit on the series so far for this young man.
Very important at bat for Harrison to get, and there's the ground ball.
Ground ball to second base, fielded by the captain. Great job there by Harrison Price.
Harrison having a quick 1-2-3 inning. It could have easily been the first 3 batters he faced, but still managed to come back against their powerful hitter and get the ground out. So you can see making quick work of the Union Bulldogs offense.
Fantastic job there by Harrison Price. And when we come back, it will be the bottom of the 7th inning for the Bryan Lions, looking to break this 7-7 tie here on the Bryan Lions Radio Network. And we are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning here on the Bryan Lions Radio Network. New pitcher in the game for the Union College Bulldogs. Now pitching, number 16, Zach Moore, right-handed pitcher. Final line for Hunter Rosie. 6 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He will exit the game with a no decision as well. Both starting pitchers leave the game with no decisions. Jacob, share your thoughts on how you think both left-handers look today.
I think early on, Cam Harvey was really successful putting that fastball in the zone. He got behind on some guys, and unfortunately, that's where the home runs came when it was down, I believe, 2-0 and 2-1 on those home runs. But even then, I don't think the stat line, the hits number especially, does not show how effective he was in the first 4 innings of work in eliminating hits from happening. I think 4 of those were on squib hits, and
that's rolled
ball.
Over there, ground ball to first base, hit by Bradley Prince Jr.
Good play.
First baseman flips that on over the pitcher covering for the first out of the inning. With 1 out, Cade Cook will be batting here.
So Cam Harvey, like I said, did a really good job early on. Unfortunately, that crooked number came up, wind spinning the breaking ball, and early on in the count, and the DH was just on board for it. For Union's lefty, the number, unfortunately, I wish was higher for the runs total, but he, of course, in that big bases-loaded situation, got out of it with weak contact and a big strikeout against Zach Terry. So good job by him. Obviously, if it's your rubber match pitcher, you expect him to be someone that's going to be effective at going out there in big, tight spots, as was Cam Harvey today. So good job by both of them, limiting runs in big situations. And here we are in a 7-7, basically 0-0 ball game once again.
7-7 game here in Game 3 of the series, the rubber match today, with Bryan College taking Game 1, Union College taking Game 2 in a doubleheader played 2 nights ago. Cade Cook swings and misses at that pitch there to make it a 1-2 count. Both teams tied up here in a big ACC matchup.
AAC.
I always get that one mixed
the
up.
Appalachian Athletic Conference.
Big AAC matchup here in center field.
Last year's AAC championship game matchup as well. So this for Bryan would be a revenge series in a sense, and for Union, it's a time where again they can kind of have the claim over Bryan College as, well, look at us, we're still better after last year's win in the AAC conference championship game.
Absolutely. Last year, to start things off, Union and Bryan played a triple header at Union College. In that triple header, Union swept Bryan. And then later on in the year, two teams faced off again in the conference tournament championship, with Union winning that one as well. However, both teams able to secure an automatic qualifying spot for the regionals.
They did, and Union had not been a regional in some years, so for them having that big championship win was a good tone setter for what they hope to accomplish in the future as an AAC program.
That pitch taken outside there for ball four. Dangerous runner on the bases there for Bryan. A lot of speed over there for Cade Cook. Lineup turns over. Now batting the first baseman and the leadoff hitter, Tyler Cullen. Tyler having a fantastic day so far. 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a walk. Gotten on base 3 out of the 4 times that he's gone to the plate here with his 5th plate appearance in the game.
And that at bat, of course, right there to Cade was really dangerous because as most likely the fastest runner on the offense for Bryan, having him go to first base and turning the lineup order over is a very dangerous for Union pitching staff.
Absolutely, and with the speed that Cade Cooks possesses at first base, if Tyler Cullen is able to get on, Bryan will be looking to do some damage here with their best run producers coming up to the plate.
Right there, you see the pick off to first on Cade, knowing his stolen base ability.
Absolutely, he is a threat to go at any time. And I agree with Jacob. I would say Cade Cook is probably the fastest guy we have on the team, right up there with guys like Dante Morton and Alex Rollins. And Logan Stradley.
Long hold right there, breaking ball, taken for a strike strike 2.
0-2 count here to Tyler Cullen. Looking for to put the ball in play here with 2 strikes. Keep things off the ground. He's been doing a nice job all day.
Inching over there at first base, taking a little hops. There's fastball
A pitch
outside.
outside. Good take there by Tyler Cullen. Move things to a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Would not be surprised if Cade takes off here, expecting a breaking ball 1-2. I think the catcher is wary of him.
And the pitcher picks off. Cade able to dive back in there safely.
As was expected, Union's doing a good job trying to hold Cade over there, knowing, like I said a second ago, stolen base ability, and the fact that a 1-2 count is a good count to go on if you're throwing off speed. Trying to go for the strikeout, typically you either will go up with that fastball or you would spin down with a breaking ball, which makes it difficult for a catcher to throw down to second base.
Another pickoff attempt there to first base, and this time they got him. Cade Cook picked off at first base.
It's unfortunate there, but I think Cade was in a green to go, and Union was wary of that, so they did a good job picking over there. It was a solid move by the right-handed pitcher, and Cade was just taking off balance over there at first.
Now a 1-2 count here. Now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch, a called third strike. Tyler Cullen in disbelief at that call. Can't say I blame him, but that is the 3rd out of the inning. That concludes things here in the bottom of the 7th. We are still tied at 7, going into the top of the 8th now. Both teams have 6 outs to work with. And we will be back shortly here on the Bryan's Line Radio Network. And we are back here in the top of the 8th here on the Bryan Radio Network. Harrison Price back on the mound here in the 8th for another inning of work. Leading things off here for Union College, Sammy Serrano, the third baseman. Serrano, he is 0 for 2 on the day as he swings and misses there. That first pitch from Harrison Price.
Swinging at that disappearing fastball for strike one.
Harrison Price being a submarine thrower. A lot of arm side sinking action there on that fastball. Tough to pick up for hitters.
Looked like a slider.
That ball is grounded foul. Harrison Price quickly up in the count, 0-2. Action down in the Bryan Lions bullpen. We are unsure who it is, but there is at least someone down there stretching and tossing as Harrison's working. Union, for the last couple innings, has been having bullpen action as well. As that ball's hit down the line.
Slider.
Backhand stop there. Bryson Lofton knocks it down, throws it across. Great pick over there at first base by Tyler Cullen. Great play all around by the corner infielders, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Bryson Lofton today has been unreal. What a great stop. He dropped the ball initially, picked it up barehanded, and got that ball over there, but you can tell he's got that velocity in that arm on top of having light post power. Had that home run earlier today, so he's made 2 incredible defensive stops over at the hot corner and has the long ball to show for it.
Absolutely. Great stop there by Bryson as he gets another chance here. That ball took a funny bounce. Diving play, Bryson Lofton. What can't he do, Jacob? What can't this man do? That ball hit off the end of the bat, had a weird spin on it, tried to bounce away from Bryson, and he dove to prevent that from happening, able to get up and make the strong throw across the diamond.
And right there, especially Bobo is up on the grass, and so his body actually started to go over to the right side first, and then on that hop, like you mentioned, he actually had to lunge across with his glove side to stop the ball.
That is back-to-back great plays there. A backhand stop, quick recovery, throw over to first with the nice hands by TC to pick that ball out of the dirt. And that second play there, tough spin on the ball, staying alert, staying ready, diving to his left side, putting a glove on it, and making the strong throw across the diamond. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Now batting the center fielder, Colton Stegman. He is 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch, outside there for a ball.
And you know what it also does for Bobo, his goals for this year. I know nobody wants to be second-team All-American, but he is second-team All-American as of last year, and his goal this year is to be a first-team All-American. So I think plays like that further strengthen the bid for Bryson Lofton to be a first-teamer as of this year.
Absolutely. That pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1 count. Just to be on any of the All-American teams is impressive, and that just speaks to the caliber of player that Bryson Lofton is. That 1-1 pitch there. Do it all yourself, Bobo. A line drive caught by Bryson Lofton. All 3 plays made by Bobo. All 3 balls hit this inning to the third baseman. When we come back, bottom of the 8th inning, still a 7-7 game. The Lions will be looking to take the lead here on the Bryan Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Radio Network. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Leading things off, Bryson Lofton, the All-American.
Hopefully he can continue his little hot streak right there. Ball came to him 3 times in the top of the 8th inning. Hopefully the ball right here can come to the barrel he's got.
First pitch in there for a called ball, 1-0 count here. It appears Zach Moore is back on the mound for his second inning of work here for the Union College Bulldogs. 1-0 pitch. Grounded over to the first baseman. He fields it, flips it on over to the pitcher covering, and that will be the first out of the inning here.
You know, the scouting report on Bobo as a hitter as of recently is trying to throw changeups away and out of the zone, righty on lefty matchup. The reason that is because Bobo does such a good job extending the barrel, making good contact on everything he sees because he has such good eyes, arguably the best in the conference or even in the country. But because of that, he is prone to chasing that changeup out of the zone, and sometimes he can get a little anxious and going and attacking those pitches early in the count.
With that, Darwin Gregg comes up to hit now. He's the right fielder. 2 for 3 on the day with a home run and a ball hit off the wall in left center. So a couple hard hit balls from Darwin Gregg as he works himself into a 1-1 count.
Good take right there by Darwin. He's trying to see that ball more middle in and having some good takes. So did Bobo outside of the zone.
Darwin takes that pitch low for a ball. 2-1 count here. Both Bryson Lofton and Darwin Gregg have each hit their 8th home runs of the year in this game.
So I'm going to ask you a question. Darwin right here is a really good power hitter, especially this year coming back from being hurt last year. But since he's got those power numbers, what is the approach of a power hitter versus, let's say, a more contact-driven hitter like Alex Rollins, for instance? What would you do in that situation?
So someone like Darwin, who is a threat to go yard at any point, I think one of the keys is not giving into pitches, even if they may be strikes. Let's say they're on the corner or so. Those are the pitches that you don't want to swing at. Those are the pitches you're not going to do damage at. And for someone like Darwin, who has a great eye, as you mentioned, does a great job of getting on base, as the 3-1 pitch comes in here and he pops that ball up. Catcher going back for it, but that ball will be fouled back into the bleachers. But I think for someone like Darwin, the most important thing is doing damage on your pitch, waiting for the pitcher to throw a pitch that you can hit, that you can drive. And even if he's going to put pitches on the corners, throw pitches that are just off the plate, you don't want to be swinging at those because you don't want to, 1, swing yourself out of the at-bat, and 2, you're up there to hit extra bases. You're up there to drive in runs. And waiting for your pitch to come down as that ball is ripped down the left field line, but foul. Waiting for your pitch and not chasing, like Darwin does a fantastic job of, is one of the keys to make you a successful power hitter. Full count pitch here to Darwin Gregg. He takes that pitch outside for a ball.
Fantastic take right there by Darwin.
That would be Darwin's 3rd time getting on base this game, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Dante Morton, designated hitter for today. With that walk, it looks like Darwin will be coming out, and a pinch runner, Alex Rollins, will be running now for Darwin Gregg. And with Rollins coming in, that means he could also potentially be a defensive replacement now for Darwin in right field. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, 7-7 game. Cleanup hitter Dante Morton coming to the plate. He is 2 for 4 on the day so far. He takes that first pitch, just catching the corner there for a called strike 1.
Ball looked a little bit off the plate, but I guess the zone ebbs and flows as the game goes along. Alex over there with a decent little lead.
And Rollins is a threat to go at any point. Long hold there by Moore. Cut on and missed by Dante Morton for a 0-2 count. Dante asking if that pitch would have also been a strike as well. Looking to protect here with 2 strikes late in the game. Rollins looking to move his way up into scoring position.
That was an unfortunate swing right there because that ball was exactly where it was called a strike before, and Dante was trying to extend that barrel to get to it.
Yeah. After that called strike, it's going to be back to his mind as that ball's in the dirt. Great read there by Rollins. He took off as soon as he saw that ball in the dirt. Catcher tried to block it, but Rollins is too quick, too good of a jump. He's in there safely. Heads up play by the veteran outfielder in Alex Rollins.
It's a tough play by that catcher right there, but he did a good job blocking up. Unfortunately for them, the ball just decided to go very far in front of him and kind of got into that no man's territory between the pitcher and the catcher. So Alex had all the time in the world to get over to second base with that pop-up slide, and now we got a good time to do damage with a man in scoring position.
Here's a pitch taken low. Excellent take there by Dante. Another stop by the Union catcher. This time, Alex Rollins holds up at second. As soon as that ball was in the dirt, Rollins took off immediately. Fantastic base running there by Rollins. 2-2 count now for the cleanup hitter, Dante Morton. He'll be looking to break the tie and drive that run in.
Little things like that are how we end up scoring runs from third instead of being stranded at second.
That pitch taken there for a ball. Great take there by Dante.
I won't be surprised if Alex can advance here on something shallow in the outfield and then score on a fly ball. So those plays like that, just advancing, having the heads-up attitude of trying to get to the next base, that hustle, are really key parts of winning ball games.
3-2 pitch by Moore in the dirt. Another stop by the catcher, but that will be ball 4. Union did have a base open to work around the cleanup hitter, but that brings another dangerous hitter to the plate in Daniel Dryden. Coming in to run for Dante Morton.
It's David Walker, I believe.
Is that David Walker?
That is David Walker.
David Walker, the Game 2 starter. He is now making an appearance as a pinch runner. And with Dante Morton being the designated hitter, David Walker coming in to run for him means Dante is now out of this ball game.
You know, people might question that decision. Why do you put in the Game 2 starter to pinch run for arguably one of your faster fielders? And the reason that is, I'll get after a second. Oh.
That ball hit in the air to left field, left fielder, and third baseman, both going for the ball. And that ball will be caught in foul territory by the left fielder. The left fielder, for a moment, looked like he overran that ball, but reached back over his shoulder, able to recover and make the play. A nice catch, and that will retire Daniel Dryden for the second out of the inning.
But back to what I was saying about David Walker, the reason he runs right here. One, it's a late inning situation. You're going to be able to send more guys out as the game goes along in those late innings and not have to worry that it's going to be another 5-6 innings for the game finally. And so placing him there a good spot. Another part is that David Walker was actually a top 25 nationally ranked outfielder as well out of high school. This isn't a guy that's just your typical pitcher-only personality. He's not a guy that's unathletic, can't field a ground ball. This guy's got some wheels. He can get around the bases, and he has very good IQ when he's on the bag. So very good defensive replacement here in running is David Walker.
Absolutely, and even last year, David Walker was a two-way player. He got some ABs and got some outfield time. Incredible athlete all the way around. Cade Cahoon now batting with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning as he takes that 0-1 pitch for a called strike, moving it to 0-2.
Come on, Cade. Let's go number
Big
5.
moment here in the game. 2 strikes for the captain, looking to come through and break the tie here late in the game.
Danny Marquez on deck.
And that ball is hit in the air to center field. Center fielder coming in, but it will be the second baseman who runs back and catches that ball in shallow center field. The Lions threatened in the bottom of the 8th, but were unable to score. They leave 2 runners on base. It is still 7-7 as we move into the 9th inning here in the rubber match of this AAC series. Apologies for that. When we come back, it'll be the 9th inning here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. Top of the ninth inning, 7-7 game, and Harrison Price is back out there for, I believe, his fourth inning of work now. He came on in the sixth inning with 2 outs after Cam Harvey got out of that jam and has been on the mound ever since, doing a fine job keeping this Union College lineup at bay.
Season high for Harrison Price in innings pitched and a career high. So for him coming out this last inning of work, this is a big heroic spot if the Lions can hold on for the win here.
Heart of the order here for Union to bat in this inning. Leading things off, the shortstop, Sebastian Flores, but 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here for Union College.
You know, Coach Matt kind of talked to the pitchers the last few days, and I think the big theme with our pitching staff recently is find guys in those late innings to come back and hold the game. You know, we've had some issues in the past where we have a big lead and then the lead gets blown and we have to come and claw our way back and get a win, or unfortunately have taken the loss. So seeing a guy like Harrison step out right here and really show the late inning heroics is a big part of helping the staff find those back in the bullpen guys.
A lead-off walk for Flores to start things off here for Union College. That brings up the cleanup hitter, the catcher for Union College, Aaron Barrera.
Come on, Harrison.
Barrera is 0 for 4 on the day. Harrison Price looking to get a ground ball here to induce double plays. Barrera, cleanup hitter, squares around a bunt. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Coach Clint McCauley now calling time and requesting a mound visit, and he will point to the bullpen.
Great job by Harrison Price today, eliminating damage, getting quick outs. And right here, unfortunately, with that leadoff walk, you have to have a short leash, especially in the rubber match in the final inning of work. But Harrison has done a fantastic job making sure the Lions have a chance to come back offensively and score some runs.
Absolutely. An excellent job there by Harrison Price, coming in to the sixth inning with a runner on second base, getting out of that inning, and then putting up zeros the rest of the way in the seventh and the eighth inning. He will exit here in the ninth after walking the leadoff hitter. Tanner Everett appears to be taking the mound now for the Bryan Lions, and we will take a short break. But when we come back, we'll be tied in the ninth inning. Tanner Everett will be on the mound, a 1-0 count to the batter, and there'll be a runner on first base. We'll be back shortly here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Line Radio Network. Top of the ninth inning, 1-0 count to the cleanup here. Aaron Barrera, Tanner Everett now in the ballgame taking over for Harrison Price. There is a runner on first base, and there's nobody out.
Tanner Everett here, mid-80s fastball, good hard slider. It's kind of that football, what's considered gyro spin slider that goes hard down in the zone. Looks like it goes fastball inside for ball one. Mixes in a changeup, but really his bread and butter is his fastball and slider, especially his fastball command. So I expect right here Tanner's going to go at them with that fastball, try to get them to pop it up, which he's good at, and also try to bury that hard slider. Also mixes in a good pickoff to first base. So does Harrison, but we did not get to see that before he was pulled from the game.
Yeah, Tanner Everett does a great job of holding runners. He's very quick to the plate with that slide step, and he has a quick move over the first base. So trying to steal bases on Tanner Everett is no small task because he gets a ground ball hit up the middle. Diving play by Danny Marquez, hits off his glove, and Danny unable to come up with that ball, but he did an excellent job to get a glove on it. If that ball gets through, that runner could potentially go from first to third. So nice job by Danny there to knock that ball down, keep that runner there on second base. Union College, their first two hitters of the inning, reach base. They got first and second, nobody out for their number 5 hitter, Logan Romo Santa, the left fielder. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Anticipating a bunt here is the Bryan Lions defense. Tyler Cullen over at first base, way in on the infield. Bryson Lofton also on the corner. He's taken a couple steps in before
Gotta
expecting Union. He squares around there. There's the bunt.
Pop
That ball's popped up over the head of Tyler Cullen. He runs back for it, and everyone will be safe. Logan Roman Santa bunts that ball over the head of Tyler Cullen into no man's land. Cade Cahoon, the second baseman, covering first base on that play, unable to get to the ball. Really a heads-up bunt there, as once that ball was bunted over Tyler Cullen's head, no one could get to it. And now the bases will be loaded with nobody outs here for the first baseman, Mason Kelly. He is 1 for 4 on the day as well.
That will be the Union Bulldogs' 11th hit of the day as well. Unfortunately, at least 4 of those were squib hits that right in no man's land. There's a slider. Looks like
that pitch just misses there from Tanner Everett for a ball 1-0. The Bryan Lions infield is now in, looking to get the first out of the inning at home plate. Bases loaded, a force play anywhere on the infield. Second pitch, blocked in the dirt. A good stop by Bradley Prince Jr. to keep the ball in front of him. But a 2-ball, no-strike count now here.
You know, like mentioned earlier in the ball game, a 2-0 count essentially is like trying to face a hitter batting over 400. So right here, trying to face, let's say, Bryson Lofton, bases loaded, not a good spot as a pitcher. You really want to make sure you're trying to get ahead here. There we are with that 3-0. Got to be good here, Tanner.
Another good block there by Bradley Prince Jr., but it is now 3 balls and no strikes here with the bases loaded. Tanner Everett has got to put this next one in the zone, or else a run will score for Union.
Bryson is second to go, motioning over to Everett. Hey, you're good.
And here's a pitch.
Oh.
And that ball misses inside, I guess.
Looked very similar to some called strikes early in this ball game. Unfortunately, it did not go Tanner's way or the Lions' way since they score their 8th run of the ball game.
We don't have the best angle of that, but that one didn't look to miss by much. That will be ball 4. Mason Kelly walks and appears to have been relieved or taken out of the game momentarily by a courtesy runner. Not sure of the name, but it looks like number 44 for Union College has come into for Mason Kelly to be the courtesy runner. On that walk, a run scores. It is now 8-7 for Union College. Still, nobody out, and the bases remain loaded here in the top of the 9th. Now batting, the right fielder, Luke Pell. First pitch here, hit in the air to right field. Kate Rollins, excellent play there, running over in the gap to catch that ball. That will be a sacrifice fly for Luke Pell. Another run comes in to score. It will be 9-7, but a great play there by Rollins to prevent any more runs from scoring. Hard hit ball in the gap, and Rollins cut that off nicely.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, hard hit ball right there, deep enough, of course, the run from third to score, and the runner at second tagged up to third. But with the runner at first, we are in a ground ball situation. Hopefully, we can turn either a double play or get a strikeout and some weak contact, not letting the runner at runner at third score.
And that was Luke Pell with the sacrifice fly there to right, which brings up the designated hitter, Nathan McCabe. He's 2 for 4 on the day, but those 2 hits, both of them being home runs to center field. A lot of power in this guy's bat as that pitch is taken there for a ball, 2-0 count. The pinch runner to come in for Mason Kelly is number 44, Jonathan Miles. So Jonathan Miles in at first base, pinch running for Mason Kelly for the Bulldogs.
It's a good block by Brad right there on that really breaking ball in the dirt.
2-0 count here to McCabe. That pitch taken outside for another ball. 3-0 count now here to McCabe. And with 2 home runs on the day, 3 home runs in the series, do you give this guy the green light here?
I would give them the green light if I was on the offense. If I was Tanner right here, I'd be careful with a pitch in the zone. Hopefully get him a chase. That's a good pitch.
And he was swinging.
You're trying to do damage late in a game like that. When you've already gotten that 2-run advantage after a long standoff tied 7-7 like that in the 9th inning, your job as a power hitter, especially with the 2 long balls he's had today, is try to put the ball out again. Good pitch right there.
In there for a called strike. Tanner Everett has worked it back from 3-0 to a full count here to McCabe.
Good pitch would be a slider trying to go middle in. We could possibly get the left-handed hitter to
pick off attempt
over.
There. He's back in there safely.
Let's see if Tanner can execute a well-placed, hopefully breaking ball. We get that ground out double play to end the side.
The full count pitch here coming up. Tanner Everett comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed.
There you go, Tanner.
Everett gets McCabe swinging. Big time strikeout there, and now there are 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning.
Elevated fastball always helps late in the count like that when you have the ability with that velocity Tanner has to go up in the zone. Very similar to Cam Harvey when he's at his best. That upper 8s fastball plays really well.
Sammy Serrano.
Oh, wow.
First pitch swinging. Tanner Everett makes the play.
Good job, Tanner. Really heads up play quite literally as the ball was coming towards his head. Hard hit right off the ground, 1 hop to the glove. Easily underhands it to first to record the last out after the strikeout. So give up 2 runs, but strand a pair, and we are going now to the home side of the 9th.
A great job there by Tanner Everett to work out of more potential damage there. But in the top of the 9th inning, Union does put 2 across to give them a 9-7 lead. When we come back, it will be the bottom of the 9th inning. The Lions will look to tie or win the game here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network. And we are back here on the Bryan Lions Radio Network. Here in the bottom of the 9th, the home team Bryan College Lions are down by 2. On the mound for Union College is Zach Moore. He is back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Leading off for the Bryan College Lions, number 2, Danny Marquez, the starting shortstop. He takes that first pitch in, up, and out for a ball. 1-0 count here. Danny looking to get on as the leadoff hitter to hopefully start things and get things going here for the Bryan Lions offense.
Oh, that looks as far out as the last one.
That pitch in there for a called strike. Now a 1-1 count to Danny Marquez. Pitch. And according to the home plate umpire, Danny swung at that pitch, which now moves it to a 1-2 count. So called strike there on the check swing. And now 1-2 pitch coming up, and Danny hits that ball in the air to left field. Center fielder couldn't find it for a moment, but recovers and makes the play there for the first out of the inning.
Lions down to their last 2 outs as Bradley Prince steps in the box.
Bradley Prince Jr. steps up to the plate. The starting catcher for the Lions. Looking to get his first hit of the game and get on base. I believe Brad walked earlier in the game, so even though he is 0 for 3, he does have a walk.
Does have a walk. It was a very good count, too.
A walk or any kind of hit will be gladly taken by this Bryan Lions offense as that pitch is upstairs for a ball. A good take by Brad. Work it back to a 1-1 count. Now, the scheduled hitter for the Bryan Lions is Cade Cook, but on deck, it appears that there will be a pinch hitter as Devin Ogg is on deck and taking warm-up swings here.
Brad shows the bunt right there. Couldn't pull back in time. Called strike 2. So we're down 1-2 to Brad.
1-2 count. Bradley Prince at the plate. He foul tips that ball back into the catcher's glove. That will be strike 3. And now the Bryan Lions are down to their last out of the game.
Excuse me, go ahead.
You're good. As we just mentioned, Devin Ogg is the hitter. He is pinch hitting for Cade Cook here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Devin Ogg had that backside home run in his last game. So right here, putting him in this situation as a pinch hitter could be a really good strategic move if he can find the barrel power that he has.
Yes, sir. Veteran college hitter Devin Ogg, no stranger to the big moments. As back on Thursday, he hit a 3-run home run that helped Bryan secure the win in Game 1 of the series. He takes that first pitch in there for a strike, and second pitch is fouled off down the right field line, and now Bryan is down to their last strike.
Laced that one down the first base line right there. Pretty hard hit. Just got a little too inside the barrel here. Hopefully Devin can keep fighting.
0-2 pitch here to Devin Ogg, and it is fouled off. A nice job by Devin Ogg to fight that tough pitch off and keep the game alive. Devin Ogg is looking to get on base, and if he does, the top of the lineup will be coming up. So a chance for Bryan to get things going if Ogg can find a way to get on base here. 0-2 pitch coming up. Swung on and missed. And that will be the ball game, folks. Final score of the game, 9-7 for the Union College Bulldogs. They will take this AAC series 2-1. After losing the first game of the doubleheader on Thursday, they come back and win games 2 and 3. Final line for Union College, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Final line for the Bryan College Lions, 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Unfortunate ending here to the game as Union, I believe, moves to 4 and 5 now in conference play, and Bryan moves to 5 and 6 in conference play. Overall, Union improves to 10 and 11 on the year, with the Bryan College Lions moving to 12 and 11 on the year. Next game for the Bryan College Lions will be on the road Wednesday. This Bryan Lions team will be playing Lindsey Wilson in Kentucky. After that, we'll be back at home for a weekend series against Truett McConnell. With spring break being on the way for the Bryan College, you may see Jacob and I back on the mic for the next home series. For those of you listening from wherever you are, whether it's here in Tennessee, whether it's Canada, or from wherever around the world you are, we appreciate you tuning into this game. My name is Jacob. My name is Owen Napierowski, alongside here with Jacob Buffington. Is there anything you would like to say before we go, Jacob?
My name is Owen Napierowski. Excuse me. No, thank you guys so much for being with us today doing this broadcast. Unfortunate, the ending the way it was, but the Lions are fighting hard. The pitchers are starting to turn stuff around. Hopefully, pretty soon here we'll see a shift in the tides for the Lion offense and pitching staff going forward. So, thank you all today. That's all we got.
Yep, and we will see you again next week here on the Bryan Lion Radio Network.